Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air.
Yes, this is my squad.
It's time to get you ready for another day at the ballpark with the On Deck Circle.
What do we have on deck?
Fire it up.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Good evening and welcome to the On Deck Circle. As tonight the Salt Lake Bees return to Smith's Ballpark after being gone for 13 days. The 11-game road trip had some bright moments, but overall the Bees continuing to battle uphill in the 2024 season. Offense a challenge for them as they went without a home run in that last series against Oklahoma City. They lost the series 2-4. And while starting pitching has been fantastic throughout that series, as well as some really great moments in the areas of relief pitching, the Salt Lake Bees finished just 4-7 on the road trip, and now look to turn some things around here as they start a 6-game set against Sacramento in their own backyard. Thanks so much for being with us. Tony Parks here with you tonight. The Salt Lake Bees and Sacramento River Cats meet up for their second series of the year. They opened up the year with one another in the capital of California after a opener that was rained out. They played a solo game on Saturday, March 30th, a walk-off winner from Wisely, and Sacktown took game one, and then they split a doubleheader on Easter Sunday, both low-scoring affairs, a 1-0 loss, and the other one, a 3-2 extra innings win. We mentioned it, the starting pitching for the Bees has been very good, and a guy who has really helped set that pace, that's the starting pitcher for the Bees tonight, Kenny Rosenberg. 3-2 on the year, a 2.48 ERA, but lately he has been red hot. His performances last week in the Sooner State set a tone for the series when looking at starting pitching for the team. Punched out 6 hitters in 7 complete innings, gave up just a run on 4 hits. He outdueled Walker Buehler that night. The Bees went on for a 3-2 win. His performance in Round Rock was phenomenal. 7 innings of 4 hits, shutty. He had a great sequence that night that it resulted in a great pickoff. He's given up just 1 run in his last 14 innings, and his first 3 innings have been phenomenal. Opponents hitting just 172 against him, and when runners are in scoring position, they're just 2 for 29. For the Sacramento River Cats, this is their best 33-game start since 2012 when they started 22-11. Spencer Howard is going to go for them tonight. 1-0 on the year, an ERA of 4.63. His last performance, really solid, gave up just 3 hits and no runs through 4 innings, but that's kind of the story with Howard. Doesn't really go deep into games, and that's been a concern for him. They held him to just 66 pitches. He's only been able to go 5 complete innings in any start just once. That was his only win on the year and decision of the year, as he gave up 3 hits in that performance and no runs. Had a couple of years with the Phillies in 20 and 21, then some time with the Rangers from 21 to 23, and traded to the Yankees late last year before eventually being released, and then the San Francisco Giants have picked him up now. So that's your pitching matchup for tonight. When we come back, we are going to hear some of the scoring highlights from that road trip, the 11-gamer, where Salt Lake went to Round Rock, followed by their 6-game sequence in OKC. With the Bees and the Sacramento River Cats, that's coming up at 6:35 tonight. This is the On Deck Circle on the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you. Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Can you turn a small bet into a legendary win on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app? Download Hard Rock Bet now. If your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back for another shot. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
When you visit Arizona, time is measured in moments, not minutes. Like the moment your work stress disappears as you kayak through the canyons. Or the moment you discover the life-changing effects of prickly pear chocolate. But nothing beats the moment you see the Grand Canyon for the very first time. Visit a new state of mind. Learn more at hereyouareaz.com.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
At the UPS Store, we know things can get busy this upcoming holiday. You can count on us to be open and ready to help with any packing and shipping or anything else you might need.
Is there anything you can't do?
Actually, I don't have a good singing voice. The UPS... Nope. But our certified packing experts can pack and ship just about anything.
At least that's good.
The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. Come in today to get your holiday goodies there on time.
Soto, the right-hand batter. Rooney, the left-hand pitcher. Line down the left field line, hooking fair and down towards the corner. Rounding second, Teodosio headed for third. A Pez dispensing helmet tipped back. He rounds third, heading for home. Throw to the plate on the bounce. Save! Teodosio comes all the way from first. A side sliding slide. And he gets his way in. An RBI double from Soto. He goes to third on the throw. Bees lead 2-1 here in the seventh. The pitch to Soto. Line to left field, a base hit. Hustling for third, taking the turn is Teodosio. He's going to score with no throw. RBI single, Elliott Soto. It's a 5-2 ball game. Here's Zach Humphreys infield in. Fly ball, shallow center. The second baseman out of Roos doesn't know where it is. The center fielder Avens, long run, can't get it. Hustling home now is going to be Jason Martin. Scampering into second is Humphreys. It's an RBI double for Zach Humphreys, and the Bees lead it 4-0. Martin hits this one out towards right field on the move to the right on a high liner. Owens leaps and makes the catch. Tagging at second, going to third is Adams. Rounding third, coming home. Relay throw to the plate. Head first slide, save. Jordan Adams with another electric play out on the base paths. A fly ball out towards right field, dropping. Ward coming on, has to play it on a bounce. Rounding third and coming home is LeBlanc. Here comes the throw to the plate on a rope. Catch, slide, tag, save. LeBlanc slides around the tag, and the Bees have cut it to a 2-1 deficit on an RBI duck snort single from Chad Wallace.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld Orlando has to discover. Meet new faces up close of orcas, belugas, and dolphins. Prepare to explore new territories aboard the all-new Penguin Trek, launching this spring. Expand your palate with flavors from around the world during the Seven Seas Food Festival, and see the good your ticket does in helping us save animals. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 50% on tickets, passes, and fun cards during our spring spectacular sale. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, pass me the intercom thing.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
You've worked hard for what you have. Your money, your assets, your 401k, and home. Isn't it all worth protecting? Nearly 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity theft. LifeLock Ultimate Plus helps protect your finances with up to $3 million in reimbursement. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you might miss. And if your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Let LifeLock help protect what you've worked so hard for. Save 25% off your first year on LifeLock Ultimate Plus at LifeLock.com/aware. Terms apply.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all, listen up. CarShield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that covers more parts than ever. Visit carshield.com/audio to find out how you could pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Get your free quote today at carshield.com/audio. That's carshield.com/audio.
Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Zions Bank. For banking that covers all the bases, Zions Bank is for you. For the visiting Sacramento Rivercats, the AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, their lineup card looks like this. The right fielder is Luis Matos. He's the leadoff hitter. Elliot Ramos, the left fielder, is going to bat second tonight. Casey Schmidt, the third baseman, batting third. Cleanup hitter tonight, David Villar, and he is at first base. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Marco Luciano. Brett Wisely is batting sixth and playing center field. Yusniel Diaz, the designated hitter, is batting seventh. At catcher and batting eighth, it's Brandon Martirano. And batting ninth, second baseman Donovan Walton. On the mound, it's Spencer Howard for the Sacramento Rivercats. For the Salt Lake Bees, the leadoff hitter tonight is the veteran and the shortstop, Elliot Soto. The left fielder, Jason Martin, is batting second, and he is followed by Hunter Dozier, batting third, playing third. Cleanup hitter is the designated hitter. That is Zach Humphreys. Center fielder tonight, Bryce Teodosio, bats fifth. Charles LeBlanc, second baseman, bats sixth. The catcher tonight, Chad Wallach, is batting seventh. Batting eighth is the first baseman, and welcome back, Andy Blake. He is making his debut, actually, at Smith's Ballpark after being a part of a couple of road trips with Salt Lake earlier this year. And the right fielder batting ninth tonight is Jack Lopez. On the mound for the Salt Lake Bees, the recently very dominant Kenny Rosenberg, who looks to continue this hot streak here coming up tonight. So if you're in the area, please come on out and join us. It'll be a great time here at Smith's Ballpark. The Salt Lake Bees getting set to square up against the Sacramento Rivercats. The two teams met up earlier this season. It was a 3-game set, and it opened up the year. It was one where Sacramento took it 2 games out of 3. All 3 games low scoring. All 3 games one-run games, and exciting and dramatic all the way down to the end. For the Sacramento Rivercats, the best start that they have had in 33 games, their best 33-game start, I should say, since 2012. So far this year, they're 21-12 on the year. Back then, they were 22-11. Game 1 of this series went to Sacramento. A walk-off knock, a home run, that is. Brett Wisely, who's currently on a 7-game hit streak, as he hit one over the wall in right field in the opener. Then they played a doubleheader on Easter Sunday, where it was Sacramento winning game 1 by the score of 1-0. After that, a 3-2 extra innings win for the Salt Lake Bees to end out that road trip. The Salt Lake Bees coming off that road trip recently, where they were just 4-7 throughout all of that, and are trying to bounce back here, starting this home series against the Rivercats. Manager Keith Johnson out there in the left-handers batter's box, shaking hands with Dave Brundage, the manager of the Sacramento Rivercats. They've exchanged lineup cards. We're just about ready to go. Bees fans, this season, McDonald's, they're teaming up with the Bees to bring you the tastiest season ever. All season, you can get a free double cheeseburger with any purchase whenever the Bees hit a double. Just download the McDonald's app and check daily for irresistibly delicious offers. That's valid one time the day following a Bees double at participating McDonald's. You must opt into rewards. It excludes tax. It excludes delivery. The umpires for tonight's game, home plate umpire Anthony Perez. The first base umpire is Mark Bass. And the third base umpire tonight is Dylan Bradley. The Salt Lake Bees and their home whites scatter out of the dugout. They make their way out to their positions on the field with the Field of Dreams team, the youngsters there waiting for them. They're about to sing the anthem. When we come back, we'll have first pitch in Game 1 of the 6-game set. It's the Sacramento Rivercats and the Salt Lake Bees. This has been a presentation of the On Deck Circle, and as always, it's right here on the KSL Sports Zone.
This has been another edition of the On Deck Circle. Get ready. First pitch is just moments away on 97.5 1280 The Zone and the Zone Sports Network.
Premium checking from America First Credit Union is so much more than a regular checking account. It's a saves you money, makes life easier, always has your back account, because it's absolutely loaded with fantastic benefits and features. In fact, it comes stocked with so much awesome stuff. It was voted Best Perks by Money.com. So make sure you're rocking more than a checking account. Head to America First and apply for the exclusive protection, perks, and paybacks of premium checking today. Subject to membership, eligibility, and conditions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
At Safelite Auto Glass, we know how busy your life can be. That's why when your windshield gets damaged, we make it easy to get it fixed. You can schedule in just a few clicks anytime at Safelite.com. Plus, Safelite comes to you at work, home, wherever. Or you can bring it to us. We'll take care of everything hassle-free. So when your windshield gets cracked, trust Safelite. Play that jingle.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
The lineups are set, and we're ready for another edition of Bees Baseball. The first pitch is just moments away. This is Salt Lake Bees Baseball on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Stage is set tonight here at Smith's Ballpark. A chilly evening, to say the least. It is May the 7th, and a lot of the fans out there on the concourse today were curious as to why the calendar says May 7th, but the weather does not. It snowed yesterday, or actually Sunday, here in Salt Lake City. A number of people had some fun with that on social media. And while the weather is not necessarily ideal tonight, it is indeed clear, and the wind has been blowing out there as well. So fans trying to stay as warm as they can this evening with some hot chocolate or whatever it's going to take to stay warm out there with an extra layer of clothing. And on top of that, taking a look at the rest of the week's forecast, 52 degrees at tomorrow's matinee, 64 on Thursday with what should be a fun matinee. Friday goes to 68, Saturday 71, and 75 should be a gorgeous Mother's Day. So make sure to come on out and join us on Mother's Day for a wonderful afternoon and a matinee here at the ballpark. May the 12th. Get your tickets while they last for that terrific Mother's Day brunch. Full of options to choose from with the bar on location, a premium experience for you and your family on Mother's Day. Come on out and join us for that or any of the games here between the Bees and the River Cats. Kenny Rosenberg, the lefty, warming up here tonight. Bees in their home whites. And for the River Cats, in their road black jerseys. Stepping up for the first at-bat of the game, Luis Matos, the right fielder for the Sacramento River Cats. 3 for 21 in that previous series. As the River Cats, so far this year, yet to lose any of their 6 series that they have played so far, including their 2-1 series win over the Bees, to open up the year. So the Bees back at home for the first time in a long time. It's a Tuesday night. The Bees and the River Cats were at the ballpark. There's no other place I'd rather be. Thanks so much for being with us. Kenny Rosenberg, the left-hander, deep breath, winds, and deals. Fires it low, ball 1. First pitch, 6:37, 47 degrees here on this cool evening. Time and temperature brought to you by Interform, a one-source solution for all your company's branding needs, including printing, signage, apparel, and promotional items. 1-0. Swing and a miss to Luis Matos. A .212 hitter, Matos. 7 doubles, a couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in on the season. Here's the 1-1. Popped him up, sky high on the infield to the right side. The first baseman, Blake, calls everybody off, drifts over to his right, and makes the catch, 1 down. Well, Kenny Rosenberg in these dominant outings, it's not like he's been striking out 14 batters when he goes out there. He has 6 punch-outs like in his last performance and 5 in the one before that. But he has really done a mental job at inducing some very weak contact. And it's great when you get some help from your friends, like he definitely has. But it's also even better, Elliot Ramos takes on the outside corner a strike. But it's even better when the 7 behind you know that you're going to do a fabulous job at making life easy on them. In the dirt, 1-1. Elliot Ramos, .295 hitter, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, 21 runs batted in on the season, 4 for 18 with a home run in that last series. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Off speed had him well ahead of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch scalded to the right side, but foul and out of play as it slices out that way. Count will remain 1-2. Kenny Rosenberg 3-2 on the year, a 2.48 ERA. As we mentioned, hot as of late. The 1-2 popped up foul behind the screen and out of play. Just 1 run in his last 14 innings. Time called by Elliot Ramos. His first 3 innings have been phenomenal. And the way he starts it. 1-2. Tap foul. He bounces it over to the Sacramento River Cats dugout. Nice battle here from Elliot Ramos. But the first 3 innings, opponents hitting just 172 against him. And have not scored. Rosenberg looks in. Now winds, pauses, holds, kicks, steals. Swing and a miss in the dirt, strike 3. Up with it, taking his time, Wallach. Throws to first in plenty of time. First strikeout of the game here for Kenny Rosenberg. 2 up, 2 down. I'll bring up Casey Schmidt. Schmidt, 276 hitter, 5 doubles, a triple, 5 homers. 30 runs batted in for Schmidt on the season. Schmidt's 30 runs batted in, 5th in the Pacific Coast League. First pitch to him, knee high, called strike. Schmidt 4 for 20 with a home run. Brought in 3 during that last series against Tacoma. A 1 high. And for Schmidt, you see what his production has been. That has been the last 21 games. He's batted .349, the 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. So he bats .349 in the last 21 games. Before that, he was 4 for 37. So while it was an ice-cold start, he has heated up. 2-1, swing and a miss. On a pitch either outside or right on the edge of the plate. Timeout, Schmidt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score. Top of the first inning. Game 1 of this 6-game series. Martin in left, Teodosio in center, Lopez in right. Dozier at third, Soto at short, LeBlanc at second, Blake at first. Pitch inside, 3-2. Chad Wallach behind the dish tonight for the Bees. Kenny Rosenberg on the bump. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Kenny Rosenberg bounced off the mound after that ball snapped into the glove of the catcher Wallach. And taking a look at that replay, you could see it. He thought he painted that corner as he bounced off the mound and was headed towards the dugout. But instead, it's a 2-out walk for Schmidt. Brings up David Villar. Villar batting .255 on the year. Lead at first for Schmidt. 7 doubles for Villar on the year. 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. Decent lead at first base from Schmidt. 5 out of 6 stolen bases. Off speed and right at the knees. A strike. Perfect spot. Kenny Rosenberg. Villar 3 for 11. 2 runs scored, 2 walks at Tacoma. Pitch. Inside. Villar, right-hand batter. Lead at first, Schmidt. No score, top 1. And it's fouled over the screen. Back this way off the facing of the Sweets. And then Plink goes its way into the upper deck. Kenny Rosenberg, with the 7 complete innings, gave up just a 1 run in his last outing. As he outdueled Walker Buehler that night in his recent outing. Bees won 3-2. Upstairs started after it, that being Villar, but held up. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. His performance in Round Rock, 7 innings of 4 hits shutty. He was terrific. Had a great sequence that night where he had a really timely pickoff, and I thought that was very large in the game. Throws over to first here, and Schmidt is back standing up. But Schmidt had happy feet the whole way as Rosenberg was making any sort of movement. Schmidt was definitely leaning back towards first the entire way, anticipating a throw coming over. Here's the 2-2 to Villar. Missed down and away. Count is full. Big hole right side on the infield. Left side shifted a bit to the left, and back deep into that hole is Soto with his heels to the grass. Rosenberg, long hold. The 3-2 pitch. At the knees, called strike 3. Hit a spot, win a prize. Kenny Rosenberg, 2 strikeouts in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Sacramento nothing. The Bees coming to bat on the KSL.
At CubeSmart, we believe in storage that puts you first. That's why our team of storage experts is there for you in person, on the phone, or online to help you find the space you need. Get storage that puts you first with CubeSmart Self-Storage. Rent online and move in today.
Can you turn a small bet into a legendary win on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app? Download Hard Rock Bet now. If your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back for another shot. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent beads.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. The Bees and the River Cats. Hey, America First Credit Union can help you get your money working harder. If you're a fan of better service, lower fees, and doing more with every dollar you earn, save, or spend, head to AmericaFirst.com to join the home team today. Spencer Howard on the mound today for the Sacramento River Cats. Howard 1-0 on the year, an ERA of 4.63. And he's set to face Elliot Soto, leadoff hitter here today. Soto, who did not play in the finale of that series against Oklahoma City, takes low for ball 1. Batted .267 in his time with the Bees. A couple of doubles, had a home run the last home game that was here. 6 runs batted in. The 1-0 was sliced back to the screen, 1-1. Soto 6 for 19 in that series against Oklahoma City. He had a timely double, which was a 12-pitch at bat that he battled his way with, the 1-1. On the outside corner, 1-2. But that 12-pitch at bat was enormous as he turned it into an RBI double and then eventually scored the next with the next at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Elliot Soto. 1 down for Jason Martin. Martin, 286 hitter. A double, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. Last performance for Howard, really solid. Just 3 hits, no runs through 4 innings. They pulled him after 66 pitches. 44 of them were strikes. Here's Martin, the left-hand batter. And Martin rips a liner and a diving catch by Walton. Fabulous work at second base today. And a great catch by Donovan Walton. That was a low-sinking line drive. And he had to have a great read on it. Great jump. And timed his dive perfectly. So Walton robs a base hit of Jason Martin. That brings up Hunter Dozier. Dozier's hit the ball hard recently. Takes off speed and over for a strike. Dozier hitting 183 on the year. Just a couple of doubles, a triple, 2 homers. He was just 5 for 25 in that series. Takes one on the outside part of the plate, a cold strike, 0-2. He only had 2 runs driven in that series, 5 for 25, but had a number of balls that he hit hard and hit right at defenders. 0-2. And he hits it foul off the screen behind him. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. For Spencer Howard of the River Cats, he's only been able to throw 5 complete innings in any start just once. That was his only win, and the only time he was involved in a decision on the year. He gave up just 3 hits and no runs in that game. Howard comes set from the stretch. Deals a little bit low, and the count is now 1-2. Ramos in left today, Wisely in center, Matos in right. Schmidt at third. Luciano is at short. Walton at second. VR at first. Martirano behind the plate. And the pitch by Howard misses, and the count is 2-2. Howard a couple of years with the Phillies in 20 and 21, then time with the Rangers from 21 to 23. Swinging and a miss, strike three. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and a 1-2-3 first for the Salt Lake Bees. We go now to the second. No score. The Bees of the River Cats on the KSL.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day? And that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you. Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Hey, y'all. Darius Rucker here. You know, a lot of people ask me, what inspires your music? And one of the big things is a strong sense of place. That's why I love my home state of South Carolina and want to share the awesome things it has to offer. From the beautiful mountains down to the sunny coast, it's got it all. Not to mention 2 of my personal favorites, great golf and amazing food. Come see why I love this place. Visit discoversouthcarolina.com.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
LBs.com. Marco Luciano, followed by Brett Wisely and Yusniel Diaz coming to the plate for Sacramento. Luciano, the shortstop tonight. Rosenberg, second inning of work, and it's grounded sharply back up the middle and through a base hit. First knock of the game here for either team, and it's Marco Luciano who comes into today hitting just 3 for 17 in that series against Tacoma. Had 3 runs batted in. Just a good piece of hitting to send it back where it came from. That brings up Brett Wisely. 7-game hit streak for Wisely. And he's batting .320 on the year. That is the 7th best batting average in the Pacific Coast League. Lead at first, Luciano. Here's a tapper right to the right side. And right up, charging for it is LeBlanc. He'll have no throw to either base. Great work by Wisely. And he is aboard now, moving Luciano 90 feet. And trouble looms here in the second inning. First and second with nobody out. You see quickly squares right up. And he popped it up, but he knows with Rosenberg following through on his motion, going to the other side, he has some room to let that ball drop down perfectly. Here is Diaz. Diaz takes for ball 1. Diaz, a 186 hitter on the year. A double, 3 homers, 5 runs batted in. Diaz 1 for 11 in that previous series against Tacoma. Started after a check swing. Yes, he did. His home plate umpire, Anthony Perez, all over that. Diaz walked 3 times in that previous series. Diaz takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Well, opponents with runners in scoring position against Rosenberg, just 2 for 29 on the year. The 1-2 is down. Count is even at two apiece. The River Cats, their best 33-game start since 2012. That's when they started 22-11 in that season. Runners with their leads. 2-2. In there, called strike 3. Diaz turns back around, frustrated, walks back to the dugout. Painting the black, Kenny Rosenberg. Third strikeout of the game for him. Martirano to the plate. And Brandon Martirano has done some nice things. The Giants have had all kinds of trouble with the catcher position. Brandon has made a nice first impression. Brandon takes for a ball here. He's 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer in just his second game with this team. He's brought in 3 runs. It's a good way to make some friends. The 1-0 fouled over the screen, out of play off the facing of the suites and down into the lower deck. Very sparse crowd here tonight. Cold temperatures. Those on the MILB TV feed can certainly see it. Most players with long sleeves out there tonight. Luciano over at second, Wisely at first. Swing and a miss. A healthy cut, but came up empty. Here's Martirano. 4 for 7 overall in the short time he has been with this team so far. 2 on, 1 out. No score, top 2. Long hold Rosenberg, time called by the batter Martirano. Back-to-back singles started this inning. Luciano off of first, Wisely off of first, Luciano off of second. The 1-2 to Martirano. Long hold Rosenberg. The pitch popped him up, foul, right side, out of play. Kenny Rosenberg, who's given up just 1 run in his last 14 innings. It has really started a great string of pitching performances from the Bees. Is that last series against OKC, something they did so well. The 1-2 is high. Plesac ended up 6 really strong innings, gave up 2. Davis Daniel, obviously, 8 1/3 shutout innings and got the win in that game. Gave up just 2 hits there for a long time. 2-2 in the dirt. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A timely strikeout and timely back-to-back strikeouts here for Rosenberg. 4 strikeouts already in this game for Rosenberg, and fans here tonight love that, as they're on the lookout for the Chick-fil-A K. If the Bees strike out 9 opposing hitters, that means every fan in the ballpark wins free Chick-fil-A. Donovan Walton, who made a great catch at second base in the bottom of the first, is up now. He'll take outside 1-0. The infield alignment there with Dozier, the third baseman, more towards the grass there for a bit, just in case the infield is tilted to the right the rest of the way. The shortstop Soto with his heels on the grass, now walking towards the dirt, shading the second base back. Pitch is cut on and missed. 79. First baseman Blake playing back. And so is LeBlanc, the second baseman, his heels to the grass. 2 on, 2 out. Top 2. The count is 1-1. Score 0-0. Pitch. Line drive opposite field. Down the line and just foul. And I mean barely wide of the line. Down by the bullpen of Sacramento. And the River Cats just barely missed making this a 2-0 ball game. As it was a great jump from both base runners off the bat. That was going to be a long way for Martin to run to head down there to that corner to get it. Luciano at second, needing a breather. Wisely at first with his lead, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Rosenberg, long hold from the stretch. Kicks and deals. Popped up, foul territory, left side, out of play. I heard the groan from the crowd. I did not see if somebody had a misplay out there trying to get that foul ball. Donovan Walton, 1 for 4, had an RBI in that series against Tacoma. 273 hitter on the year. The 1-2 pitch, opposite field, down the line again, but well foul and off the screen. Kenny Rosenberg, who ranks so high in so many areas, 5th in ERA, 2.84. He is fourth in strikeouts with 38. Opponent's batting average, he's fifth, 226. Here comes the 1-2. At the knees? No, a little bit down. Thought it might have been right there. The way Anthony Perez, the home plate umpire, took a step back, he was just stepping back, but it looked like he might be stepping back to then call a punch-out. 2-2 the count. 1-2 down, 2 on. Leadoff single, another single followed. They're still there with 2 outs. Long hold again. Rosenberg deals. In the dirt, scooped out nicely by Wallach. Runners go nowhere. Count now moves to full, and Luciano and Wisely are going to get a head start at first and second base. There go the runners, and the pitch is fouled off of the catcher, Wallach. Runners will return, and we'll do it one more time. Mention how solid Kenny Rosenberg has been in this game with strikeouts. 4 of the 5 outs registered here so far have been by a punch-out. Sacramento pitchers have punched out 10 or more hitters in 5 of their last 6 games. Rosenberg wheels around and looks at the runner at second. And for Sacramento pitchers, that's the 12th time in the last 14 games that they have done that. Here's the 3-2. Runners go. This ball lifted out towards left center. Martin shielding the sun a bit. Now ranges over, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Back-to-back singles start the second, but those runners are stranded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. The Bees in Sacramento on the KSL.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Spring cleaning calls for better, because it's not just everyday messes on your list. It's those hard to reach and hard to clean spots that are way too easy to put off. So let Clorox help you check off your to clean list, and let Dollar General help you do it for less. Clorox disinfecting bleach sanitizes laundry and kills 99.9% of household germs, including E. coli and flu virus, on hard, non-porous surfaces when used as directed. Spend less on your spring clean at your local DG.
KZNS-FM Colville, 1280 KZNS-AM Salt Lake City, and KSL-FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
As we go to the bottom of the second, we remind you there's only one way to listen to America's pastime. That's with an ice cold Bud, because those who share the same spirit share the same beer. Budweiser, this Bud's for you, the official beer partner of Bees Baseball. Zach Humphreys, Bryce Teodosio, Charles LeBlanc coming to the plate for Salt Lake. Humphreys, who did not play in the game on Sunday, takes a shoulder-high fastball, swings and misses 0-1. 5 for 13 in the series against OKC. Had a double, brought in 3. Was active on the base paths, too. The 0-1 is outside. A ball and a strike. He was 2 for 3 in the stolen base department. The Bees were very active in stealing bases in that series. They had one game they stole 6 bases. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the outside corner, 1-2. Humphreys batting .220 on the year. A double, 2 home runs. One of those home runs, oh so clutch in the 12th inning. The Bees had a great team win at Round Rock. 1-2. In the dirt, started after it, left it there. It was a terrific team win on that road trip. And you could feel the energy in the clubhouse afterwards. They started to string together some great clutch plays. 2-2. Off speed and ahead of it, but fouls it back as it goes up into the suites, and they weren't ready for it. A couple of fans that were up there hanging out, not paying attention. That ball hit the wall to the suite right between them. Pitch is outside. The count is now full. Spencer Howard, who was traded to the Yankees organization late last year. 3-2. Swing and a foul tipped into the glove. Third strikeout in the 4 putouts here so far for Spencer Howard. That brings up Bryce Teodosio. But as he went to the Yankees organization, was subsequently assigned to their AAA team where he had his struggles, and is now with the Giants organization. Howard is a guy that had no offers coming out of high school. Teodosio, right-hand batter. Pitch at the knees, a strike. But no offers coming out of high school. He tried out at Cal Poly. He was able to throw about 88. He impressed people. He made the team. 0-1. Launched down the left field line on a rope, and it's slicing, or hooking rather, and foul into the corner. 0-2. So he makes the team and then chose to redshirt. And that was so he could work on his body. He involved himself in a yoga athletic program that helped him gain 10 pounds, and then he improved the velocity on his fastball from kind of that 87, 88-ish to over 90 miles an hour. The 0-2. Teodosio takes in the dirt. Just one of the many chapters where this guy in Spencer Howard just continues to find ways to develop himself and his game. I mean, many opportunities for him to no longer play and just keeps going. 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the big question about him is how well he can pitch into those middle innings. How long can he last in a game, and then also for a season. 2-2. That's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Teodosio, best batting average at .314 on this team. 4 doubles, 6 triples, a homer. 12 runs batted in. 0 for 2 on Sunday with a walk and a stolen base. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout already for Spencer Howard. We mentioned those strikeout numbers that the River Cats, they punched out 10 or more in 5 of their last 6, 12 of their last 14. They have had 18 games this year where their pitching staff has been able to strike out 10 or more hitters. Charles LeBlanc, the number 6 hitter, coming to the plate. Bees still looking for their first base runner. Takes one at the belt for a strike. LeBlanc, 149 hitter, a double, a homer. 4 runs batted in, had a double in that game on Sunday. The 0-1. Fouls it straight back to the screen. No score, bottom 2. The Bees against Sacramento. This is game 1 of a 6-game set between these two teams. Here's the 0-2 from Howard, and it's fouled off the feet of Charles LeBlanc. Charles, 3 for 20 in that series in the Sooner State. Had that double, was able to bring in a run, stole a base as well. Feels like everybody had a stolen base in that series. The 0-2, outside. And the Salt Lake Bees, who I mentioned went without a home run in that series against Oklahoma City. They had 2 games they went without an extra base hit. A 1-2. In there, called strike 3. LeBlanc knew it. He walks towards the dugout. Sacramento will clear the field as Spencer Howard strikes out the side. He has 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. We head now to the 3rd inning of play. Sacramento 0, the Bees 0 on the KSL.
At CubeSmart, we believe in storage that puts you first. That's why our team of storage experts is there for you in person, on the phone, or online to help you find the space you need. Get storage that puts you first with CubeSmart Self-Storage. Rent online and move in today.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
When every moment counts, trust us to be there. As a national leader in emergency care, Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children is ready 24/7 to provide exceptional care for children and teens in 30 specialties. We're also home of the only Level 1 trauma center in Central Florida, with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment to treat even the most complex conditions, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more, visit arnoldpalmerhospital.com/ER.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile. And the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time. There's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We head now to the third inning of play. No score. The Bees going up against the Sacramento River Cats. It's game one of a 6-game series. Thanks so much for being with us here today. Don't forget, all families, when you come to the game on Fridays and Saturdays, your kids get to run the bases after those home games. Brought to you by Shield. The post-game kids run, always a fun time. Top of the order, Luis Matos, top of the third. As Matos popped up to first his only time up, and he fouls this one off of the catcher. 0-1. Third inning of work for Kenny Rosenberg. No runs. 2 hits, no errors for Sacramento. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Bees. Back-to-back singles started off that second inning, and both Luciano and Wisely were stranded. Here's Rosenberg with the 0-1. And it's low, a ball and a strike. Take our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Newcomer Kevin Pillar for the Angels having quite a day. 3 for 5 and a couple of home runs in the game. 1-1. In there for a called strike as Luis Matos had his arms reached up. And the pitch is on the inside part of the plate. Just a great overall performance so far for the Halos. They lead 8-0 as this ball is hit high and deep down the right side, down towards that corner. On the move and making the catch is going to be Jack Lopez. Boy, right where that sidewall starts to angle, it was right at about the chalk. Lopez had just enough room. And a great job of tracking that ball. He knows that corner incredibly well. And the Bees have some outfielders just with some tremendous instinct. We know about Jordan Adams, who's not in the lineup tonight, as Elliot Ramos comes to the plate. Takes inside. But it's one of those where guys just have a great knack and a great feel for where they are on the field, how much room they have. Watched a few terrific catches the past couple of weeks on the road trip. Pitch outside, 1-1. Right as we were just talking, I mentioned the 2 homers by Pillar. Now Pillar has an RBI double in the 8th inning. And that was followed by O'Hoppe with an infield single that just scored Calhoun. It's 9-0 Halos. 3-0. Fouled straight back to the screen, 3-1. So a good day for the Angels here so far, in need of a nice win. Especially one of those great all-around team wins. Patrick Sandoval, great starting performance for him. Get to that in just a second. 3-1. In there on the inside corner, a cold strike, 3-2. Sandoval, 7 complete innings, 3 hits, no runs, a walk, struck out 7. 3-2. Inside, just missed. As Rosenberg misfires inside, it's a base on balls. The second walk issued for Rosenberg on the game. It brings up Casey Schmidt. He was the other batter for Sacramento that was issued a free pass tonight. Taking a look at that replay, as Wallach definitely had to go too far to get that one, and that pitch was out of the zone. Lead over at first base by Elliot Ramos, 2 for 2 this year, trying to steal bases. First pitch inside to Casey Schmidt. Walked and stranded back in that first inning. Angels so far tonight, 15 hits to the 3 of Pittsburgh up to this point. The 1-0. At the knees, a strike over the inside third of the plate. Count is now at a ball and a strike. 1 out, no score between the Bees and the River Cats. Game 1 of this series. Here's the before the 1-1, the throw over to first base and a head first slide by Ramos. For the Halos tonight, Willie Calhoun has a hit, has scored 3 times. He also has been on base a couple of other times, drawing 2 walks. Kevin Pillar, as we mentioned, he now has 6 runs batted in today. 1-1. Grounded sharply through the hole on the left side and into left field, a base hit. Going 90 feet and stopping is Elliot Ramos. And in the second inning, Sacramento had first and second with nobody out. They have first and second here with one down. As Schmidt hit that ball hard right through that hole on the left side. Third hit of the game here so far for Sacramento. They have all of the hits in the game. They have all the base runners in the game. Fifth batter to reach base so far in the night for Sacramento, David Villar. Comes to the plate, hits one off the end of the bat, and it cues its way to the right side and bounces into the Bees bullpen. Joe Adell tonight with a hit. Has struck out twice. Cole Tucker's 0 for 3. But overall, just a great team performance from the Halos tonight in Pittsburgh. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, a ball and a strike. Phillies pounding the Blue Jays today, 10-1. That game in the top of the ninth. Last call for Toronto. Here's the 1-1. Pop them up. Infield fly if it's fair. Drifting back to second baseman LeBlanc into shallow right. This ball is going to drop. The infield fly was called. The runners will move to second and third. And so on the play, VR is out. Where it was tough for the Bees was the runners were on the move and they were not able to get the ball in to try and get a additional out. Coming out to argue this one now is taking a look at that. That's in shallow enough right. I think that this is a good call. I mean, that's one of those that if that ball drops and Lopez gets it, they get a chance to possibly pick up a couple of them. And also the wind did carry that ball a little deeper than I initially thought it was going to go. Remember, it does not have to be on the infield to be called an infield fly. This was hit to very shallow right with Lopez oncoming. This should have been with what you would call routine or ordinary effort with how long that ball hung up into the air. So the conversation continues with Dave Brundage as he is speaking to Mark Bass right now. And they signaled for it fairly early. Hand was up and pointing up into the air. So the infield fly rule is called. VR is out. 2 down. Big out for the Bees on that, too. As they kind of catch a break on that. Luciano comes to the plate. He singled his last time up. Infield back. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Luciano takes outside, 1-0. Bryce Harper, a home run tonight. And that was a grand slam for Philadelphia. Made it an 8-0 game at that point. It's 10-1 now. Pitches inside to Luciano. Kenny Rosenberg had runners at first and second with nobody out, and he was able to get out of it in the second inning. First and second, 1 out here in this inning. Now second and third with 2 down. 2-0. Started after it, left it down as Luciano. The count is 3 balls and no strikes to him. No score, top 3. And they are going to put him on intentionally. That will now bring up Brett Wisely. Wisely laid down a bunt. Kind of popped it up to a dead area there in the middle of the infield to the right side. So Wisely, left-hand batter. Left on left matchup. The pitch. Wisely takes at the knees for a strike. Brett Wisely, who was the hero in Game 1 of the series between these two teams that was the season opener back on March 30th, hit a walk-off home run. Here's the 0-1. Wisely grounds it sharply, but right to the second baseman, LeBlanc. He'll take his time, throw to first, and the inning comes to a close. Kenny Rosenberg still holds Sacramento scoreless. Opponents hitting 2 for 34 against him with runners in scoring position. No runs, a hit, no errors, 3 runners left on base. We go now to the bottom of the third inning. No score, the Bees and the Rivercats on the KSL Sports Zone.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders, all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, your choice of dipping sauce, and an ice-cold beverage. At Hardee's, dinner's ready when you are with new hand-breaded chicken platters. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
Go to the bottom of the third inning. No score. The Bees against the River Cats here tonight. America First Credit Union can help you get your money working harder. If you're a fan of better service, lower fees, doing more with every dollar you earn, save, or spend, head to AmericaFirst.com to join the home team today. Home team at the plate. They've yet to have a base runner. Chad Wallach leads off the inning, swings and misses 0-1. Chad Wallach, Andy Blake, Jack Lopez, the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in this third. Spencer Howard, 6 up, 6 down. He has struck out 5 hitters. And the 0-1 is on the outside corner, strike 2. Wallach, 229 hitter, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 9 runs, driven in, 1 for 4 on Sunday, had the only RBI in the dirt. The Rangers had 10 runs in the second inning against the Rays today, or against the A's, excuse me. They defeat Oakland 15-8. Outside. 2-2. Tigers defeat the Guardians 11-7. 2-2. Upstairs as Wallach had to spin around as that was face high. Corbin Carroll, 3-run homer. The Diamondbacks win in Cincinnati 6-2. The game is a final. The Phillies did beat the Blue Jays 10-1. 3-2. And misfires. He nibbled a little bit outside. A base on balls, and the Bees with their first base runner of the game. No runs, 3 hits, no errors so far for Sacramento. Still no runs, no hits, no errors for the Bees. But now a base runner, it's Wallach. Andy Blake will come to the plate. Bone Thugs and Harmony on the walk-up song for Andy Blake. Pitch, squares up the bunt, pulls back, 1-0. Used the song Thuggish Ruggish Bone. That was the same song for Kyle Schwarber, as I believe he still uses that in Philadelphia. So he used that while he was in Chicago. Blake, the right-hand batter, the pitch, squares up the bunt, pops it up behind him as it goes back to the screen. And the count is now 1-1. Nationals blanked the Orioles today 3-0. Williams the win. He's 4-0. His ERA is now 1.96. Andy Blake 0 for 2 on Sunday. 1 for 9 in that series at Oklahoma City. The 1-1. Squares up the bunt, drops it down, right out in front of the circle in the dirt. Getting at the catcher, Martirano, throws to first just in time. No, he beat it out. Excuse me. He's safe. Andy Blake, nicely done. Well, he tapped it down. He's just trying to get the runner over, but great hustle all the way, and indeed he beat it. Way to go, Andy. So Andy Blake aboard, first and second. Nobody out for the Bees here. That's the first hit of the game. Brings up Jack Lopez. Corners are in. Middle of the infield, pinched. Here's the pitch. Lopez drops it down up the third base line. Here comes Howard. Barehand throw. Wide to first. It gets by. Coming around to score is going to be Wallach. Blake's right behind him. He's headed for home. Here comes the throw to the plate on a bounce. Catch like tag. Save. 2 runs in. Lopez is over to third. It'll be E1. Bees lead 2-0. A little small ball to get something going for this offense. That was dropped down beautifully. Howard slid down, popped up, made a throw that was wide. And on the play, Wallach was going to score easy, but Blake just hustling all the way around, and Wallach does a fabulous job communicating to Blake exactly where to slide. That throw was up the third base line a little bit. It was coming from right field. And Blake took a terrific angle coming out wide and reaching out with that left hand to get in there. And while Sacramento has threatened all game long, an equipment issue for the catcher Martirano. And Sacramento has threatened in the second and the third. They've had some traffic out there. They've left 5 runners on base. The Bees able to get guys on, they get them over, and now they got him in. And with how tough things have been for them offensively, they don't care how. Here's Elliott Soto. Infield in. 2-0 Salt Lake. Foul back to the screen. Elliott Soto, who struck out in the bottom of the first inning. Rays defeat the White Sox today 5-1. Chicago 3-16 on the road this year. The 0-1 in there, a strike at the belt, 0-2. Giants and Rockies no score. They're going to the bottom of the third. The pitch. Soto off the end of the bat, but fouls it straight back. No balls and 2 strikes to Elliott Soto. Jack Lopez at third. 2-0 Bees here in the bottom of the third inning. Mets 6, Cardinals 3. That game in the top of the 6th. Soto swings and misses at a shoulder-high fastball. Second time of the game that he has struck out. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Jason Martin, who hit a line drive, and Walton did a fabulous job with a diving stop. Jason Martin, left-hand batter. Infield stays in. Lopez leading off from third. And the pitch is outside 1-0. Mets, as we mentioned, at the Cardinals up 6-3. Twins lead over the Mariners 4-2, top 7. Pitch is outside. 2-0 to Martin. Cubs an early 1-0 lead at Wrigley, rather in the top of the 7th against San Diego. Low. Count is 3-0 now to Martin. Royals 5, Brewers 3. That game in the bottom of the 7th. Lopez at third. 1 down. Martin at the plate. 3-0. Outside corner called strike. Mild delay there in the call by Anthony Perez, but he has been consistent with that being his timing. Here's the 3-1. Down and in, ball 4. So Jason Martin aboard. Second free pass issued. So far, the Bees have had some traffic out there on the base paths. Wallach walked. Blake an infield single. Lopez is able to get on by an error. Now Martin aboard with a base on balls. Full meeting on the mound with the entire infield. Runners are at the corners. 1 down. Here in the bottom of the third inning, the Bees, so important for them with the struggles they've had on offense to be able to hit first. And to be able to do it using some speed, using some technique, and just making sure that the day feels different than it usually has during that last road trip. They were 4-7 total on the road trip. Starting pitching did a great job. Relief pitchers had some clutch moments. They had some really good offensive moments, but were not able to do it consistently. That was a challenge for them. Here's the first pitch to Hunter Dozier. Dozier takes outside, ball 1. They're keeping a close eye on Martin. The Bees ultra aggressive. was stealing bases on that road trip. Dozier struck out in the first. Signals being given by Martirano, the catcher. Red Sox and Braves tied up at 2. That game in the top of the 8th inning. Martin, the lead over there at first. Pitch to Dozier. Popped him up, right side, foul territory, hustling over. VR may have room over by the bullpen plate, and it bounces right by the tarp. And it's foul. So on that play, VR had more room than maybe initially thought. Off the bat, it looked like it was probably going to go over the screen. That wind is blowing right to left, which means it's definitely blowing out to left field. So any of those fly balls may track their way back in. We had some crazy winds during the road trip where that would happen. 1-1. Slice back to the screen. Top part of the screen, it's now 1-2. Yankees all over the Astros by the score of 10-1. They're going to the bottom of the 8th there. The 1-2. Dozier started after it, left it outside. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. When this offense has been at its best, this guy right here has been able to put a barrel on it. And when he is good, this offense is fantastic. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at the corners, 2-0 Bees. Dozier pops it up foul. Over the screen, will do it again. Dozier, a guy who works relentlessly on his game. In the cage all the time. One of the first guys out to do work on the infield every single day. A pro's pro. Here's the 2-2. Dozier fouls it over the screen, just continuing to work this at bat. And the Salt Lake Bees, who've had some close game losses that took place in that road trip, they have moments like this where they want to really do some big damage. The 2-2. Left it down. Well done, Hunter Dozier. Count 3-2. Updating you in the Pacific Coast League here in just a moment with some of the scores in those games. The pitch. Fly ball drifting out right field down towards that short porch, and it's off the foul pole. It's a home run. 3-run shot, Hunter Dozier to the shortest part of the ballpark, and he clears the bases. That got there in a hurry. Hunter Dozier, his 3rd home run of the season. Bees lead 5-0. And it hit a low part of the foul pole as well. The ball was just slicing over there and hit the foul pole very low. It looked like it hit the top of the wall in live action, but it did hit the very bottom part of the foul pole. 3:15 down the line. Zach Humphreys to the plate. The Bees are up 5-0. That's about as short a home run as you can hit in this ballpark. And the pitch, foul tipped into the glove. But whenever you look at the score sheet after the game, you just envision it being a scalding 3-run homer, a titanic blast out there over the wall. Well, Hunter Dozier deserves a ton of credit for his work in that at-bat. He really worked the count, fouled off a ton of pitches. There's the 2-1. Humphreys takes for ball 3 and laid off a couple of key pitches in that at-bat to give himself the opportunity to make something happen. The crowd reacted late to that, too, the 3-1. And it's down and away, ball 4. So that is the 3rd batter to reach base by a walk in this inning. Spencer Howard struck out 5 of the first 6 batters he faced. He retired the side in order in the 1st and 2nd inning. Now the Bees, they're sending their 8th batter to the plate here in this 3rd inning. Activity stirring in the Sacramento Rivercats bullpen, and a meeting now at the mound. Teodosio, who struck out in that 2nd. We'll update the other scores in the Pacific Coast League here. Oklahoma City and Sugar Land starting a series. It's 2-2, bottom of the 8th. El Paso dominating over Albuquerque right now, 9-2, bottom 4. Round Rock at home against Las Vegas. That game a final. The Express win over the Aviators 6-4. And a final score in Reno. The Aces get by the Rainiers 6-4 in that game. So Bryce Teodosio, who struck out in that second inning, lead at first base now from Humphreys. 3 batters have been walked in this inning. Teodosio starts after it, left it, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Hunter Dozier, a 3-run home run at the bottom of the foul pole down the right field line. There's the 0-1, first to throw over to first, at first line. This inning was also sparked by the Jack Lopez bunt. With runners at first and second, he laid one down that third base line beautifully. Spencer Howard threw wide to first base. It scored 2 on the play. Lopez got to third. Teodosio left it outside, 1-1. One thing that Alonzo Powell, the hitting coach of the Bees, has talked about relentlessly. This team, it really comes down to many times the pitches they're not swinging at when they get into those favorable situations. 1-1. And it's tied. 2 balls and a strike. He said that is when they start to set themselves up for something like the potential of a 5-run inning, which is what they have cooking right now. 5 runs in, and the Bees are not done. Lead at first base by Humphreys. And Teodosio left it outside, 3-1. Howard, dominant in the first 2 innings, has had an issue with command here in this frame. He's already walked 3 in this inning alone, 3-1. It's down, ball 4. That's the 4th walk here in this 3rd inning. For the Bees, it is the 7th batter to reach base in any form. Only 1 ball has left the infield. It was that 3-run homer. Here's the 9th hitter to the plate, Charles LeBlanc. And he struck out in the 2nd. That is going to be all for Spencer Howard. Spencer Howard retired the first 6 batters. Didn't give up a dang thing. Struck out 5. Quickly how it can turn as the bottom of the order for the Bees got something started. They've played at 5 at this point, and you can't close the book on Howard yet. He's still responsible for the runners that are at first and second. We'll tell you all about the new River Cats pitcher when we come back. It's 5-0. Salt Lake in the lead on the KSL Sports Zone.
When Jen Drummond isn't climbing mountains and breaking records, she likes taking things easy.
That's why I appreciate My Style checking from Mountain America.
Making look easy.
My Style makes life a breeze. And the mountain of extra benefits is incredible. Shopping and entertainment discounts, mobile phone protection. My Style checking has it all.
Make it look easy.
Gear up for your next journey with My Style checking. Only at Mountain America.
Membership required based on eligibility. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the vehicles of the future for everyone. Have your power of choice with Ford's lineup of gas, electric, or hybrid vehicles. Outperform the competition with America's best-selling trucks for 47 years, Ford F-Series. Take the road less traveled in a Ford SUV, perfect for the mountains, city, and everywhere in between. Or check out Ford's lineup of electric or hybrid vehicles, like the Ford Maverick, Mustang Mach-E, or F-150 Lightning. Inventory has arrived. Head to your local Ford stores today. Based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
For the Sacramento River Cats, a new pitcher on for them after Spencer Howard leaves the game, giving up 5 runs already in this 3rd inning alone. It has been a rough 3rd inning for Sacramento. He's up 5-0, and the new pitcher on is Andrews. He's a guy that comes in 1-1 on the year, 5.27 ERA, the 11th performance of the year. 13 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned. Giving up a home run, 12 walks, 21 strikeouts, and opponents batting .291 against him so far this year. Tanner Andrews, the right-hand pitcher. Right-hand hitters hitting .306 against him so far this year. His ERA at home, 1.86. His ERA on the road, 13.50. Charles LeBlanc, right-hand hitter, is up. Runners at first and second, one out. And LeBlanc checks his swing, left it down and away. 1-0. His last performance, a third of an inning, didn't give up anything. Performance, or rather 2 innings is what he pitched. No decision, gave up a hit, walked 2, struck out 4. The performance before that, 1-0, and that's laced out into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Humphreys rounding third, coming home. The throw goes into third. It's an RBI single. Charles LeBlanc. The Bees with a 6-pack here in the third. They're up 6-0. Well, this is just exactly what the doctor ordered for a team that's been struggling so bad on offense. You know, you just get guys on, use speed to your advantage. Next thing you know, just guys are handing off the baton. These are good quality hitters for a team that just hasn't played well on offense so far this year. This is what they expect it to look like. Wallach started off the inning with a walk. He skies one. Infield fly if it's fair. The third baseman Schmidt with the call. This ball is going to bring rain as it rainbows its way down into the glove of Schmidt. 2 down. So that'll bring up Andy Blake. Andy Blake, who was able to get on base with the first hit of the game for the Bees with an infield single when he dropped down a bunt. It really got this thing started. First and second, 2 down now. Bees up 6-0. And Blake takes down 1 ball and no strikes. Tanner Andrews, 10th round pick by the Marlins in the 2018 MLB draft. Comes set from the chest. Checks the runners. And the 1-0 is down. I was mentioning his recent performance, 2 innings, 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 4. The time before that, 2 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, struck out 4. Comes set from the chest. The 2-0. Blake takes, and it's on the outside corner, a strike. Blake with terrific speed at the plate. We're at second, Teodosio. Outstanding speed. At first, Charles LeBlanc, who had the RBI single. 2-1. Left it down and away, and scrambling for it, kicking it out of his way is Moderano. Runner goes to third. Head first slide. Save. Great read by Teodosio. That ball was right underneath Margarano. He couldn't find it, and as he was searching around for it, he incidentally kicked it out from underneath him. That gave enough room for Teodosio to take off and swipe third. Great read, Teodosio, as well. And the ball was right underneath him, but Teodosio's staying on the edge of his feet, ready to take off if the opportunity presents itself. It did. He broke for third perfectly. Great anticipation. Lead at first now from LeBlanc. Lead at third, Teodosio. Blake fouls it over the screen. A screamer that's coming right back at you off the facing of the suites and down into that lower deck. It was the first home game for Andy Blake. Well, he really made a name for himself in that series against Las Vegas. He had a 4 RBI game. He had a home run. He was really starting to turn some heads there and went back down. 3-2. Blake grounds it over to the right side. The first baseman, VR, placed perfectly, will beat him to the bag, and the inning comes to a close. But whoa, was there some damage done? 6 runs, 4 hits, an error. 2 runners left on base. The Bees have a 6-0 lead as we go to the 4th on the KSL.
At CubeSmart, we believe in storage that puts you first. That's why our team of storage experts is there for you in person, on the phone, or online to help you find the space you need. Whether you're relocating your family, reorganizing your space, or reinventing your business, we put you first. That's why when you're ready, you can complete your rental in person or from the comfort of your home and move in with ease. Get storage that puts you first with CubeSmart Self-Storage. Rent online and move in today.
If your first bet on Hard Rock Bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Download Hard Rock Bet now, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Win or get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders, all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, your choice of dipping sauce, and an ice-cold beverage. At Hardee's, dinner's ready when you are with new hand-breaded chicken platters. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Sunday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
We go now to the top of the fourth, bottom of the order for the Sacramento Rivercats. 6-0, Salt Lake in the lead. Aaron throws that got away. Great base running from the Salt Lake Bees in that inning. Great communication from teammates helping each other out. Dozier with a 3-run homer off the foul pole down that right field line. 6-0 the lead. Rosenberg back to work here in the fourth. First pitch at the knees for a strike. No runs, 3 hits, and an error for Sacramento. 6 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Bees. Using the LDS, struck out his only time up, takes on the outside corner 0-2. Kenny Rosenberg just back to work, and we have talked so much about his dominant performances recently. The 0-2. Whoa, a 55-footer that bounces away from the catcher wallet. 1-2. It's not just Rosenberg being great when he'll mow a team down in order or strike out the side. That's obvious. When he does that, it's electric, and he certainly had stretches like that. Instead of a 55-footer, it might have been more like a 48-footer. Next pitch is also in front of the plate. Count is 2-2. But what has made Rosenberg so special this year, what I think the Angels should be so impressed by, is the 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2. They should be encouraged by the fact that when things aren't perfect, he can tighten it up and be fantastic. When the water gets red, this guy has been about as good as anybody. And that is that opponents are 2 for 34 against him with runners in scoring position. Pitch is high, ball 4. In every inning, by the way, so far, Sacramento's been able to get a guy to reach base. So when you're lights out, that's great. But when you're imperfect, can you minimize the damage? Well, not only has Kenny many times been able to minimize the damage, he's been able to get out of it with no damage. That's happened a couple times tonight. That doesn't mean he likes traffic out there. First pitch comes in. It's grounded sharply towards third. Dozier has it. No, instead Soto's got it. Throw over to second in time. What a save by Soto. Dozier was ranging over from third to get that ball. It got through and got to Soto, who never stopped moving on the play. From the hole, got the lead runner. It bounced off of the glove of Dozier. Soto gets it and throws him out. It goes as a 5-6-4 putout. And a fielder's choice. Dozier's looking back saying, hey, thanks, man. Everybody just picking one another up today. Here's Walton. Takes outside for a ball. Walton, flied out to left his only time up, the 1-0. And it misses outside 2-0. Walton, who had a great diving catch at second base back in the bottom of the first inning. Jason Martin hit a sinking liner. I mean, a beautiful diving catch. 2-0, and it's scalded back to the screen, 2-1. Well, and you can't say enough about Elliot Soto defensively. He made a great diving catch in the series against Oklahoma City that stole a run. His anticipation He studies the game so well. 2-1. That's fouled straight back. Soto's a guy that it's one thing to have experience. It's another thing to have influence. Rosenberg certainly has it as a leader on this team. But Elliot Soto, from the moment he has arrived, he's got such a calming presence. You can feel the number of years that he has had in this league. And in professional baseball altogether, he's played at the major leagues too. 2-2. It's in the dirt, 3-2. He's got a humility about him that is so refreshing. Elliot Soto joined this team, and the first time you talk to him, you just feel his business-like approach, but then you can also feel the easy way to connect with him each and every day, and the way that he connects with his guys. 3-2. Check swing down and away. Did he go? He did not. Second walk of the inning. Runners at first and second now, with one out. Back to the top of the order, Luis Matos popped up to first. Flight out to right, where Lopez made a great running catch towards the corner. A couple of really nice plays have happened right down that foul line in the short corner of 315. Matos, right-hand batter. Rosenberg, the pitch. And it's outside 1-0. But Luis Soto comes from a family that moved from Guadalajara out to a suburb of Chicago. There's the 1-0. Popped up. Infield fly most likely. Drifting out the second baseman LeBlanc. And now Soto, the shortstop. The infield fly was called. Soto made the catch anyway. Runners at first and second. 2 down now. That wind really doing some work, by the way. Soto had to go on a back pedal big time. So wind has changed directions as it was moving kind of straight out to left and then flipped more out towards right center. It has played some tricks out there a few different times. It's changed directions multiple times. First pitch coming in the dirt to Ramos. It's blocked by the catcher Wallach. We saw Soto taking charge on that last play, but his family moves. They move to an area just outside of Chicago. They start a restaurant. It becomes a really popular restaurant in their neighborhood of Elgin, Illinois. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, blocked by Wallach. They just have such a great humility about them, and Elliot has talked about, you work in a family that owns a restaurant. There's such a connection. There's such a trust. There's such a support. And there's a deep amount of pride in every little thing you do. He's carried that into baseball. 2-0, popped up, fly ball down the right field line. Long chase Lopez and for Blake. And it'll be Lopez who ends up catching it just outside the side warning track. The inning is over. Once again, another threat and no score for Sacramento. Rosenberg has posted bagels here so far. Soto with a great defensive play. No runs, no hits. No errors. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 6-0 Bees on the...
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is the sound of second chances. It's more than a bowl of pet food. It's nutrition that changes lives. It's the sound of healthy, happy pets. Not just in your home, but in shelters across the country. Because feeding your pet Hills helps feed shelter pets. Science did that. Hills Pet Nutrition. Buy the bag that gives back. Visit hillspet.com/giveback or tap the banner to learn more.
Welcome. Today we're talking with a developer from SeatGeek, a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do. That sounds boring. Wouldn't it be more exciting if I had no idea if my ticketing app was going to work?
Well, we innovate so that fans can save all their excitement for the concert.
Interesting. A ticketing app that gives fans peace of mind? What a breakthrough.
Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
KZNS-FM Colville, 1280 KZNS-AM Salt Lake City, and KSL-FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bees up 6-0 over Sacramento here tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. As the Salt Lake Bees put up 6 runs in that bottom of the third inning. Jack Lopez had a bunt to put some stress on the defense. Spencer Howard threw wide to first. It was an error. It scored 2 runs. Lopez takes high for ball 1. That was his only at bat. He came around to score on that 3-run homer from Hunter Dozier. No runs, 3 hits, an error for Sacramento. 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Bees. Lopez hits this one deep down the left field line, headed towards that way. It's going to get down for a hit. Lopez rounds first, heading for second. And he will be in with his 4th double of the year. A stand-up double to get things started now in the 4th inning. Lopez just kind of gets up. It doesn't get all of it by any means, but enough of it, and the wind just kind of takes care of some of the rest to let that ball get down on the lawn. It was a long run for Ramos to get over there. Bees doing a great job with small ball. He got a great break on that home run at the bottom of the foul pole. Just doing a good job of hitting it where they ain't. Corners in. Soto at the plate here, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Soto gets hit in the helmet, and a piece of his helmet flew off. I did not see what that was. Something came fluttering back behind home plate and behind the dirt circle. Soto takes his helmet off now. I did not see what that was. That was ugly looking. From the moment that ball left Tanner Andrews' hand, you knew it was bad. And I think it was the little flap that kind of comes out over the mouth area. Ooh, that could have been really bad if he did not have that there. Soto being attended to right now. So taking a look at the helmet, you can see exactly where it popped off and detached. Oh, and Soto's going to wear the same helmet. He's good to go. And so it's Soto at first, hit by a pitch. Lopez led off the inning with a double. Man, that flap flew way off the helmet, all the way beyond the dirt circle out to the grass behind home plate. Jason Martin to the plate, walked and scored in the third. In on the grass, Schmidt at third base. The pitch, down, 1-0. Now the Bees, those first 2 innings offensively started to look much like it had been during a lot of the road trip and so much of the season for the Bees. 6 up, 6 down, 5 strikeouts. Since then, they've exploded. Here's the 1-0. And it's fouled back to the screen. Martin bounces out of the box a bit. He thought he got the pitch he wanted and just missed it. Salt Lake Bees leading 6-0 here tonight. Most amount of runs they've had in a game is 12. They've done that twice. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it's in there at the belt for a strike. 1-2. Martin had lined out to second back in that first inning. Hunter Dozier on deck. He had that 3-run homer earlier tonight. Runners with their leads. The 1-2. Line towards first, lunging for it, the first baseman, VR. He doesn't get it. It's foul. That ball just kept on hooking. Bounced over by the Bees bullpen. Yeah, off the bat, it looked like it might be dangerous for the Sacramento defense. You saw Soto very wisely. As he's the runner at first, he turned back around and jumped towards first base just in case that line drive had been caught. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Martin lifts this out to center field, coming on wisely, has to play it on a bounce. Rounding third and putting the brakes on is going to be Lopez. He'll hold up there. The bases are loaded here with nobody out. Lopez played that well. He can't break right away, knowing that if that ball is caught, he's dead meat at second. And while Wisely had a long way to go to get to that one, and it was sinking fast. It wasn't a for sure thing that was going to be a hit. Martin, his first hit of the night. The Bees offense continues to have a great night. Dozier, so take a look at that replay, that 3-run homer. It was 315 feet, I can tell you that. Dozier lines it out to center field, Wisely coming on, and he has to play it on a bounce. Scoring is Lopez. Rounding third, coming home, Soto. Throw to the plate, head first slide, save. 2-run single, Hunter Dozier. Bees lead 8-0. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. When Hunter Dozier is playing well, this offense can be electric. And so far tonight, he has a 3-run homer and this 2-run single. And in the road trip at Oklahoma City, towards the end of it, he had a couple of tough luck hits. He had the one that he hit really hard right at the left fielder. A couple of times, even though in that series he was 5 for 25, 2 RBI, he ended up with a few more cuts where that ball was jumping off the bat a little more. And that was a great sign. Here's Humphries. He takes low. Humphries walked and scored back in that 3rd inning. Eight nothing, Salt Lake, 4th inning. All of this after the first 6 batters for Salt Lake were retired. 1-0. Down 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Jason Martin with good speed over there at second base. Dozier's not Ricky Henderson, but he's not slow by any means either. He has some good speed. 2 for 2 so far with him stealing bases this season. 2-0. Lined out to right field. Drifting back, Matos at the track makes the catch. Tagging from second, going to third is going to be Jason Martin. He'll hold up there. Runners at the corners here with 1 down. Well, even the first put out of the inning, the ball was struck really well by Zach Humphries. That ball drifted out to right field. Look, it might be trouble, and Matos tracked that ball well right in front of the track, made the catch. Martin moves 90 feet. Runners at the corners here. Bryce Teodosio, who comes to the plate. He walked and was stranded back in that 3rd inning. Dozier the lead over there at first base. Martin at 3rd. And the first pitch up and in, 1-0. Eight runs, 7 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. All of that in the last 2 innings. Teodosio leaves it outside. Martirano had to lunge out to get that one. 2-0. 7 hits in the last 1 1/3 innings for Salt Lake offensively. They also have 4 hitters reaching with base on balls. 2-0. Teodosio scolds it, but right to the second baseman, Walton. He underhands to Luciano. Throw over to first. 4-6-3 double play. And the inning comes to a close. But the Bees do get 2 more runs. And they're able to get that on 3 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We go now to the 5th inning. Salt Lake 8. And Sacramento nothing on the.
If your first bet on Hard Rock Bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Download Hard Rock Bet now, Florida's only legal sports book. Win or get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog and smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog in the middle of August and smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog in the middle of August and accidentally finish first in a fun run.
We have a new winner.
And smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can do anything life throws your way and smell like you didn't. Secret provides 72-hour odor protection. Available in sticks or sprays. Secret works.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
To the fifth inning we go. The Salt Lake Bees lead over Sacramento 8-0 here tonight. These two teams played 2 3-1-run games in their 3-game series that took place over Easter weekend. And today, Sacramento has had somebody on base in every single inning, but have come up empty. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to start the inning to Casey Schmidt. Schmidt walked in the first, stranded. Singled in the third, stranded. 2 balls and no strikes. Schmidt, we mentioned, .349 in the past 21 games. He started 4 for 37 on the year. Rosenberg deals high. Ball 3. Fifth inning of work here for Kenny Rosenberg. As Sacramento, 3 hits in this game. 3-0. And it's going to be down, ball 4. While Rosenberg has kept Sacramento off the board, the one thing that has not gone well for him so far tonight is the 6th base on balls that he has allowed so far as we're in the 5th. Amazing work for Rosenberg as opponents now hitting 2 for 36 against him with runners in scoring position. Schmidt is not in scoring position, but VR at the plate swings and misses. Heavy cut, 0-1. But Sacramento has threatened all night long. 2nd, 3rd inning, 4th inning. They've had ducks on the pond. Have not been able to get that big hit. The 0-1. Pitch is away. A ball and a strike. You can see with how big of a threat Rosenberg is to pick a runner off, that Schmidt is not comfortable at all off the bag. Pitch, swing and a miss. Count is now 1-2. In each of these pitches so far, Schmidt gets a leadoff that's mild, then a little bigger. As Rosenberg kicks, Schmidt is immediately scattering back towards first. By the time Rosenberg lets it go, he might be 3 feet off. Pitch is inside, 2-2. I'm exaggerating a little bit. He's probably more like 5 or 6 feet, but the point is, he's very close to first base by the time Rosenberg lets it go. Bigger lead at first now for Schmidt. Here's the 2-2. Left it down. Check swing. No, he didn't. Didn't even start. But like on that play there, Schmidt with the leadoff and then is completely leaning back to first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. And the pitch is skied a mile high towards right center. Hustling in Lopez. LeBlanc coming out. The center fielder Teodosio with a call and the catch. 1 down. Schmidt returns to first base. But you can have the conversation about base stealers. And they always talk about that, how base stealers, it's not even the number of bases that they'll swipe, like a Jordan Adams. It's the stress they put on a defense because of the threat to steal. Luciano to the plate. He's reached base twice today, singled and walked. Throw over to first, and in standing up is Schmidt. But that's that kind of mentality, that threat. It's almost reversed with Rosenberg as a pitcher. His threat to throw over to first and how good he can be at that is dangerous. Pitch at the knees for a strike. So Schmidt, who's 5 out of 6 stealing bases, has very good speed. He's not comfortable at all over there. And it's not just that Rosenberg can pick a runner off, it's how good he can be at doing it. Pitch is in there at the knees for a strike. I think this is an important art. You talk about being able to keep a runner close to the bag, holding runners on. Well, remember, under the new rules, you can't just throw over there all the time. So this is a different way of doing it. Rosenberg is fabulous. The 0-2, low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes and out. 8-0 Bees. Top of the 5th inning. The Bees scored 6 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Timeout here by Luciano. But even in the new clock rules and pickoff rules, Rosenberg's ability to hold a runner close to first is as good as any. 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's strike 3. Another strikeout for Rosenberg. Rosenberg tonight, his 5th. That brings up the left-hander Brett Wisely. So Schmidt led off the inning with a walk. Still there, 2 outs later. Jovan getting loose in the bullpen for the Bees right now. First pitch inside. Ball 1. And the work tonight for Rosenberg, this is his 99th pitch, the 1-0. It's in there at the knees for a strike. So if he's able to get out of this, he'll be over 100 pitches. And it would end up being 5 innings, complete work, holding a team scoreless. Racked up the pitch count tonight. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Wallach. And he is not done. Still has 1 key out to get here in this 5th inning. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front of it. Count is now 2-2. Rosenberg tonight has thrown a ton of pitches. 101 so far. Trying to close his day here and keep Sacramento scoreless. They've had traffic, and it hasn't mattered. The 2-2 pitch to Luciano. Just missed. A little bit down. Maybe away. Count full. Well, now, over at first base, Casey Schmidt is going to get a head start. Blake backs off the first base bag. Here's the 3-2, and it's grounded sharply right to the second baseman, LeBlanc. He'll throw to first. The inning is over. The night is over for Kenny Rosenberg. And it didn't look exactly the same as all the others, but still fantastic work. 5 scoreless innings. He worked around 6 walks and 3 hits. 8-0 Bees. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through this game tonight on the KSL.
This is the sound of second chances. It's more than a bowl of pet food. It's nutrition that changes lives. It's the sound of healthy, happy pets. Not just in your home, but in shelters across the country. Because feeding your pet Hills helps feed shelter pets. Science did that. Hills Pet Nutrition. Buy the bag that gives back. Visit hillspet.com/giveback or tap the banner to learn more.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
That's the sound of unaged whiskey transforming into Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Around 1860, Nearest Green taught Jack Daniel how to filter whiskey through charcoal for a smoother taste, 1 drop at a time. This is one of many sounds in Tennessee with a story to tell. To hear them in person, plan your trip at tnvacation.com. Tennessee sounds perfect.
We bring you back to Smith Ballpark here tonight. The Bees lead 8-0. The 0 on the board. Impressive here for Kenny Rosenberg. 5 strikeouts on the night in 5 innings. What's most impressive, the way he was able to work out of trouble several times. He walked 6 batters tonight. Gave up 3 other hits, so 9 batters reach base. In the 5 innings of work, he held them to 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. 8-0, Salt Lake in the lead. Teodosio's going to lead things off here, bottom 5. Teodosio lifts it out to left field and deep. Ramos going back, and it's gone. Solo home run, Bryce Teodosio, and the route is on in Salt Lake City. For Bryce Teodosio, his 2nd home run of the year. This is a guy that just continues to impress all season long. He has been such a bright spot coming in. All the extra base hits have been the most impressive. He's a guy that ended up with 5 total triples in his college and professional career before this year. He has 6 this year alone. That's his 2nd tater. Wallach now to the plate. Pitches outside. The Bees went without a home run in the entire series against OKC. They've homered twice here today, Dozier and Teodosio. LeBlanc fouls it off at home plate. Or rather, Chad Wallach, excuse me. Andy Blake on deck. It's that home run, my apologies, hit by Charles LeBlanc, not Teodosio. Pitch inside. 9-0 the score. For LeBlanc, his second home run of the year, both of them had one. And now Wallach scolds this high and deep to center field. Going back wisely at the track, leaps up and makes an unbelievable catch. Crashes into the wall at the deepest part of the ballpark. Wisely, phenomenal. He had a long way to go to get to that one. That ball was all the way back. He went to the track right at the wall, leaped up, and made that catch, crashing into the bottom part of the wall. Fabulous work. Well, he's a guy that was the villain earlier in their series with one another. With that walk-off home run in Game 1 of the series between these two teams at the opening night in Sacramento. Andy Blake now the batter. First baseman tonight, the 1-0. Tapped slowly up the third base line. Hustling in Schmidt. Has to hurry. Bare hands. Throws to first. Not in time. Second time tonight. Infield single for Andy Blake. Brings up Jack Lopez. So Jack Lopez reached with an error earlier tonight. Also had a double. He scored twice this evening. Jack Lopez, number 9 hitter. Been fabulous for this team all year, especially his defensive work. Slowly swings through the first pitch, 0-1. Lopez will use his timeout and readjust his gloves here. Lopez now stepping back in. Officially 2 for 2 on the night. No balls and a strike. Blake the lead over there at first. Huge hole right side, and he takes it in the dirt. 1-1. Jack Lopez was 2 for 19 in that series at Oklahoma City, and he has 2 hits so far this evening. There's the 1-1. Line down the left field line, fair and headed towards the corner. Rounding second and heading for third is Andy Blake. Hustling into third. He's going to take the turn and head home, and a call is being made by home plate umpire Anthony Perez. It'll be 2 bases for everyone as that ball was deep towards the bullpen and lodged somewhere. So as that ball headed down the left field line, it took a bounce towards that bullpen area and then got held up either underneath a chair or something like that. So ground rule double is called. Blake is going to be held up at third. Lopez is at second. Going to bring up Elliot Soto. Infield drawn in. First baseman VR on the grass, and the pitch is inside to Soto. Hit by a pitch and scored back in the 4th inning. Struck out in the 3rd and the 1st. Jason Martin on deck. Here's the 1-0. And the pitch misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 94 on the fastball here for Tanner Andrews, who came on for Spencer Howard. The 2-0. Started after it left it down. 3 balls, no strikes, and an out. Soto at the plate, 9-0 Salt Lake. 3-0. It's upstairs, ball 4. Bases loaded. First 6 batters for the Bees retired. 5 of them by a strikeout. And since then, the offensive parade has just continued from the 3rd into the 4th and now in the 5th, and the Bees aren't done. It's 6 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. They have 1 already in the 5th inning. It's going to be all for Andrews for now. He's responsible for the runners on base. We'll tell you about the new River Cats pitcher when we come back on the KSL Sports Zone.
When Jen Drummond isn't climbing mountains and breaking records, she likes taking things easy.
That's why I appreciate My Style checking from Mountain America.
Make it look easy.
My Style makes life a breeze. And the mountain of extra benefits is incredible. Shopping and entertainment discounts, mobile phone protection. My Style checking has it all.
Make it look easy.
Gear up for your next journey with My Style checking. Only at Mountain America.
Membership required based on eligibility. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the vehicles of the future for everyone. Have your power of choice with Ford's lineup of gas, electric, or hybrid vehicles. Outperform the competition with America's best-selling trucks for 47 years, Ford F-Series. Take the road less traveled in a Ford SUV, perfect for the mountains, city, and everywhere in between. Or check out Ford's lineup of electric or hybrid vehicles, like the Ford Maverick, Mustang Mach-E, or F-150 Lightning. Inventory has arrived. Head to your local Ford stores today. Based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Salt Lake Bees already up by the score of 9-0, and they are not finished here today. New pitcher is on. It's Cody Stashak, who is on now for Sacramento. No record this year, an ERA of 2.70, has 1 save on the season. Left-handers hitting .333 against him. Right-handers, a $1.67. Martin batting from the left-hand side against Cody Stashak. His 10th appearance here so far this year. Martin with the bases loaded. 1 down. Martin takes high, ball 1. Tanner Andrews still responsible for the runners on base right now. And the Bees threatening once again. This offense has come to life tonight. The 1-0 down and in. All pitching changes brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. For each change, they donate $25 to the Huntsman Cancer Foundation's pediatric research. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Martin takes on the outside corner, a strike, 2-1. No runs, 3 hits, an error for Sacramento. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Bees. The 3-1. Fly ball, center field. Drifting back wisely. Still going back. At the track. Looks up. And one hops the wall. In to score from third is Blake. Lopez right behind him. Putting the brakes at third is Elliott Soto. It's a 2-run double for Jason Martin. Bees lead 11-0. Well, everybody is getting in on this today. And they're taking the frustrations out on what was a tough road trip and making it come alive in the 3rd, the 4th, and now the 5th inning here tonight. Bees with another double. And even when they get 1 double, everybody gets a free double cheeseburger at McDonald's. Here's Dozier again. What a night he's had. And Dozier scalds one high. Deep left field. Ramos back, and it's gone. 14-0. Second home run of the game for Hunter Dozier. The Bees offense has exploded to life here in the 801. For Hunter Dozier, he has 8 runs batted in tonight. 2 3-run shots, 1 to right, and this one that just rainbowed out of here to left field. Most runs they've scored in a game all season, 14. Hitches outside to Zach Humphreys. Zach Humphreys, 0 for 2, walked and scored. Here's the 1-0. Fouled over the screen, out of play. You now close the line on Andrews. 2 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, a walk. And the Bees up 14-zip. Pitch in the dirt. Count is now 2 balls and a strike. Stashak, who has yet to record an out, has already given up 2 runs in his performance tonight. Just a hit parade tonight for the Bees. The 2-1. Inside corner and a strike. The Salt Lake Bees without a home run in that last road series, not the entire trip. And they have 3 so far tonight. 2-2. Down and away, the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, 14-0 Salt Lake. 3-2. Fly ball, right field. Standing there is Matos waiting for it, and he's got it for out number 2. Humphreys back-to-back at bats has flied out to Matos at right. Here's Bryce Teodosio, rounded into a double play to close out the 4th inning. Teodosio walked and was stranded in that 3rd inning. 12 hits tonight. All ready for Salt Lake. Check swing in the zone, a strike to Teodosio. And the Bees staff talked all the time about the eventuality of breaking through and just continuing to do the right things each and every day. The 0-1 is going to be low, a ball and a strike. And you just go into it with the mentality that the next day is going to be your day. And that is what has happened tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball left field. Carrying to Ramos, who's going to circle under it and make the catch to retire the side. The Bees, with 2 different innings, they've scored 6 runs. They did it in the 3rd. Now they've done it in the 5th. And they have a 14-0 lead over Sacramento here tonight. We go to the 6th inning of play as it's Salt Lake 14, Sacramento nothing on the KSL.
At CubeSmart, we believe in storage that puts you first. That's why our team of storage experts is there for you in person, on the phone, or online to help you find the space you need. Get storage that puts you first with CubeSmart Self-Storage. Rent online and move in today.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day? And that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you. Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile. And the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time. There's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Imagine, if you will, your best summer yet. All your favorite people relaxing, basking, asking, where did you snag this sweet teak lounge set? Can you keep your secret? At this store, every piece is wildly sensational. The savings are absolutely incredible. With delivery available, backyard bliss is 100% possible. Your sweet summer secret is HomeSense. For everything outdoor to lounge, party, even garden. HomeSense. Standout pieces, outstanding prices.
New pitcher on for the Bees, Kenyon Yovan, comes on for Kenny Rosenberg tonight. Yovan, a 6.43 ERA, 6th appearance of the year, 7 innings total pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs all earned. He's hit a couple of batters, walked 3, struck out 4. Opponents hitting .308 against him so far this year. Yusniel Diaz, the first batter that he faces. First pitch down and away, 1-0. Salt Lake leading over Sacramento tonight, 14-0. 1-0. Outside corner, a called strike. On that road trip, the Salt Lake Bees swing and a miss. Strike 2. They had 17 total runs on that last road series at Oklahoma City. They had 14 in the last 5 games. They've come alive here tonight. Here is the 1-2 to Diaz. Started after it, down and away, check, swing, yes he did. Diaz didn't like that. He throws his arms up at first base umpire Mark Bass. Bass throws his arms back up at him as he goes to gesture that he disagrees with his disagreement. Take a look. He thought he held up. So he threw his arms up at him. Bass threw his arms back up at him in return. Martirano comes up. Fly ball, right side. Foul and out of play. Martirano, fielder's choice in the 4th. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Kenny Rosenberg's day is done. And his previous 2 performances, 7 innings. 0-1. Up and in. 1-1. 7 innings in each of his previous 2. He gave up 1 run in one of those appearances, shut out for 7 innings in the other. And 4 hits in each of those performances. But tonight, 1-1. And it's flared down the right side, drifting foul and out of play. 1-2. But the situation tonight, he only goes 5 innings. Went over the 100 pitch mark this evening. Traffic on the base paths and nailed it down every single time. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks. It's the night started for Jovan. 3 hits tonight so far for Sacramento. But something else about this evening is Sacramento has had 6 hitters reach with a base on balls, all of them against Rosenberg. If there was anything Kenny didn't do well tonight, it was that he did allow a few too many walks. Fly ball, left side fouling out of play. But even after that, as a runner reached base in all the 5 innings that Kenny was pitching, in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th, 2 runners were on in each of those frames. Here's the 0-1. Off speed and at the knees for a strike. But Sacramento tonight, with runners in scoring position, 0 for 7. I mentioned it before. 2 for 36 on the season. Opponents against Rosenberg with runners in scoring position. He has been phenomenal in that situation. Donovan Walton behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Jovan. In the dirt. Bounces away from Wallach. No runs, 3 hits, and error for Sacramento. 14 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for the Bees. 6 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 6 in the 5th. The 1-2. That's high. Count is even at 2 apiece. I mentioned 0 for 7, Sacramento, with runners in scoring position. The Bees 7 for 12 with runners in scoring position. 2-2. Outside. Count is full. Rosenberg came into tonight 5th in opponent's batting average. 2nd, or rather tied for 1st in innings pitched. Now it's 43 total. He's 4th in strikeouts. As this pitch is outside, ball 4 to Donovan Walton. But Rosenberg's ERA, 5th coming into tonight at 2.84. I mean, he's just loaded up in several areas statistically towards the top of the league. First 3 innings, opponent's batting average coming into today was microscopic. Matos fouls it over the screen, out of play. Tonight he gave up a hit in the 2nd and the 3rd. coming into tonight, opponents in those first 3 innings, they had combined to go 10 for 58. The 0-1 at the knees, called strike. It was a 172 average in those frames. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The lead at first by Donovan Walton. 14-0 Bees. Pitch from Jovan. In the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Wallach. Do it again. And offensively, Sacramento with a few players who have been towards the top of the league. Matos facing a 1-2. Big hole right side. Lead at first, Walton. In the dirt, check swing. No, he didn't. Catcher Wallach blocks it, keeps it in front of him. Wisely, the 7th best batting average in the PCL at .320. Schmidt, we talked about how he started the year slow and then has been hot. 30 runs batted in. He is 5th in the league in that area. Luciano came into today with 24 base on balls. 2-2, check swing down and away. Yes, he did. Another strikeout on a check swing in this inning. And an extra look from Matos, who did not like it. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Jovan. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 14-0 Bees on the...
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day? And that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you. Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
At the UPS store, we know things can get busy this upcoming holiday. You can count on us to be open and ready to help with any packing and shipping or anything else you might need.
Is there anything you can't do?
Actually, I don't have a good singing voice. The UPS... Nope. But our certified packing experts can pack and ship just about anything.
At least that's good.
The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. Come in today to get your holiday goodies there on time.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile. And the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time. There's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
We head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Salt Lake Bees with a 14-0 lead against the Sacramento Rivercats. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight. Charles LeBlanc will lead off the bottom of the 6th. Had a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 5th. It'll be followed by Chad Wallach and then Andy Blake. LeBlanc, first pitch swinging, skies it high to left field. Ramos drifting over towards the line, still going over. Now backs up and makes the catch, 1 down. Gonna bring up Chad Wallach. Chad Wallach, the catcher tonight, walked and scored in the 3rd, popped up to 3rd, flied out to center field. It was a great catch in center field by Wisely. First pitch to him, and it's in there for a strike. Out there for his 3rd inning of work, Stashak, or 2nd inning of work, I should say, as he took over for Andrews tonight. Pitch, tie. 0-2. Excuse me, they have it 0-2 on the scoreboard. Every now and again, there has been a delay from Anthony Perez, the home plate umpire. And so I think I've jumped the gun on that. So 0-2. Signal, and here is the pitch. Down, blocked by the catcher, Martirano. Chad Wallach 5 for 19 in that series against Oklahoma City. He's had great leadership in the catcher position. The Bees have catchers that have been so good for the pitching as well. Here's the 1-2. Left it outside, 2-2. We can talk all day about the stat lines of pitchers. Plesac has been great. Rosenberg, obviously. Davis Daniel with his 8 1/3 shutout innings the last time he was out there. Brett Carey with some encouraging performances. The catchers deserve every bit as much the credit. 2-2, check swing in the dirt, strike 3 called. It's the catcher Martirano throwing over to first in time. Martirano retires him 2-3 on the strikeout. Brings up Andy Blake. Andy Blake is 2 for 3. He has scored twice. He has reached base both times by an infield single. It's the first pitch to Blake. Swing and a miss. So far tonight, Hunter Dozier, 8 runs batted in. It is the first game in which a member of the Bees has had 8 runs batted in, 0-1. Blake takes low, 1-1. Since Sean Rodriguez, July 8th of 2008 against Tacoma. Here's the 1-1. Blake left it out, 2-1. It's the first 8 RBI game of the PCL since August 26th of last year. Brandon Dixon of El Paso at Albuquerque. 14-0 Bees. Bottom of the 6th. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, 2-2. To Andy Blake, heavy cut. Andy Blake, who comes back to this Bees team, has just 1 hit in the time he was a part of the team on the road trip, has 2 knocks tonight. 2-2. Outside corner called strike 3. Down goes Andy Blake. The Bees go down in order in the 6th, but they lead 14-0. We go to the 7th on the KSL Sports Zone.
Whether your children are headed back to camp, back to practice, or back to school, you want them to be at their very best. With more than 25 locations across Central Florida offering same and next day appointments and after-hours care where available, the pediatricians at Orlando Health Physician Associates help get them geared up for their next adventure in the great outdoors, on the field, or in the classroom. Schedule immunizations, sports and camp physicals, and well child visits at orlandohealth.com/back-to-school.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its skin comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
We go now to the top of the 7th inning here this evening. The Bees lead over Sacramento 14-0. No runs, 3 hits, an error for Sacramento. 14 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for the Bees. Bees pitchers have struck out 8 Sacramento hitters here so far tonight. 1 more means free Chick-fil-A for all Bees fans this evening. So be on the lookout for the Chick-fil-A K. Elliot Ramos going to lead things off here in the 7th. Pitched down in the dirt. Check swing. No, he didn't. 1-0. Ramos struck out in the 1st, walked and stranded in the 3rd. Flied out to right field in the 4th inning. There's the 1-0. Ramos takes outside 2-0. Going to the ballpark, always great. It's even better when you get a Ford Fan Zone ticket. Comes with all-you-can-eat popcorn, hot dogs, nachos, and churros. Endless soda to go with it. It's only $28. 2-0. High. You can get your tickets at slbs.com. Now, if you already have tickets and you want to move it to a Ford Fan Zone ticket, the cost is just $20. Here's the 3-0 pitch. A little bit high, ball 4. And so Ramos aboard with a leadoff walk. So go to the ticket office, call 801-325-BEES, or go to slbs.com. Brings up Casey Schmidt. He has reached base all 3 times tonight. 2 walks and a single. Ton of traffic on the base paths tonight for Sacramento. They've not been retired in order at all this evening. Pitches outside ball 1. They've had a base runner in every single inning. The Bees pitching staff tonight has struck out 8. They've also walked 8. The 1-0. Outside corner called, strike 1. It's very rare you're going to walk 8 hitters up at this point, have this much traffic on the base paths, and not give up a single run. They've been able to nail it down. Here's the 1-1. Fouled over the screen and out of play. Casey Schmidt was batting .276 coming into tonight. We mentioned his last 21 games, a huge reason why. He was 4 for 20 in that last series against Tacoma and homer. The 1-2. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt 5th in the PCL. And runs batted in with 30. He is 4 behind the lead. The lead at first, Ramos. Schmidt at the plate. 2-2. Line down the left field line and hooking foul off the screen to the side. Over by the Sacramento bullpen. Ramos will return. Well, 1 more strike and it's free Chick-fil-A. And that's what these fans want. They might get the early Chick-fil-A K here tonight. Schmidt, the batter, ready. 2-2 from Jovan. Lifted out to shallow center. Going out to second baseman LeBlanc with the catch. And heading back to first is going to be Schmidt. Or Ramos, excuse me. Schmidt is retired. Brings up David Villar. David Villar, 0 for 3. Struck out, popped up with the infield fly, and flied out to center. Villar, a bouncer towards third, backing up a bit. Dozier throws to second, catching it beautifully as LeBlanc stretching out. And they call him safe at second base. So LeBlanc ruled to have come off the base making the catch. Tried to hang on as long as he could. The throw took him off. Take a look at the replay. It was a strong throw from Dozier. Took him a little wide, and it was close. As LeBlanc came off the bag and then tried to re-tap as he came back down and wasn't able to get it. So first and second here for Luciano. Luciano takes a ball. Luciano tonight singled, walked, struck out. 14-0 Bees, top 7. Ramos the lead at second. The lead at first, VR. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Sunday, Mother's Day. Make sure to join us for that Sunday brunch here at the ballpark. It's going to be a great time. The Mother's Day Sunday brunch. The 1-1 pitch, Joban. Deep breath, deals. Line towards second base and past the diving second baseman LeBlanc. Out into right center field. Rounding third and coming home is Ramos. It's an RBI single for Marco Luciano. It's a 14-1 deficit still in favor of Salt Lake. So for Luciano, his 20th run batted in of the year. His second hit so far this game. 2 hits already in this game. He had 3 total hits in that series against Tacoma. Brings up Brett Wisely. 1 for 3 tonight. Wisely, opposite field line drive foul, high off the screen. 0-1. But that Mother's Day matinee with the brunch, it all comes your way May 12th. Get your tickets while they last. It will include a terrific brunch. So here's the 0-1 to Wisely. And it's grounded softly through the middle into center field, a base hit. Coming in to score from third is going to be VR. Going from first to third is Luciano. RBI single Brett Wisely. 14-2 ball game. B's still well out in front, but back-to-back RBI singles. And Sacramento, who has threatened all night, finally has been able to break through on the scoreboard. Although still facing a massive deficit. Quick conversation out on the mound for Yovan. McGregor getting loose in the bullpen right now. But that Mother's Day matinee will have a great list of options to choose from with the bar on location. Premium experience for you and your family on Mother's Day, so treat Mom right. Come on out and join us as the Bees will have the finale of this series against the Sacramento Rivercats. It's a quick turnaround tomorrow, a 12:05 matinee here at the ballpark. As we'll have a lot of fun throughout this series. The matinee tomorrow, matinee on Thursday, 11 a.m. the game. And then Friday and Saturday night, we'll have a good time with the post-game Kids Run, brought to you by Shields. Here's Diaz. Diaz swings slowly through and comes up empty 0-1. Diaz, who has struck out twice tonight and walked. Runners with their leads at first and third, 14-2 Bees. Top of the seventh inning. Sacramento at the plate. A little bit low. 1-1 to Yusniel Diaz. The Bees, who were 2-4 against in that series against Oklahoma City. The 1-1. And misfires. 2 balls and a strike. They struggled with offense, but got great starting pitching several times. Tonight, great starting pitching. No struggles with the offense at all. Their best offensive night of the year. 2-1. In there, called strike 2-2. Nice spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. Top of the 7th inning. They're at the corners. Pitch to Diaz. No, it misses a little bit low. Count is 3-2. And so the fans here want their free Chick-fil-A. They are down to 1 strike here. They have some outs to work with still, but they want it as early as possible. Time being called. Diaz is getting set and ready. Yovan comes set from the chest. Here's the 3-2. In there, called strike 3, free chicken. A 5-piece for everybody today. Free Chick-fil-A with 9 strikeouts. That'll do it for Yovan. We're still in the top of the 7th inning. McGregor is going to come on for the Bees as the new pitcher. We'll tell you all about him coming up next. Bees lead 14-2. Top 7 here on the KSL Sports Zone.
When Jen Drummond isn't climbing mountains and breaking records, she likes taking things easy.
That's why I appreciate My Style checking from Mountain America.
Make it look easy.
My Style makes life a breeze. And the mountain of extra benefits is incredible. Shopping and entertainment discounts, mobile phone protection. My Style checking has it all.
Make it look easy.
Gear up for your next journey with My Style checking. Only at Mountain America.
Membership required based on eligibility. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Not sure how to hire a lawyer after a car accident? Call Siegfried & Jensen. We'll walk you through it. Think it's too expensive? Here's a fact. At Siegfried & Jensen, you pay nothing up front for our services. Nothing. We simply don't get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you can talk to us whenever you need to. You can come see us, get case updates, ask for advice, and get your questions answered anytime. Get the facts and the help you need after an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen today.
97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midband. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Still in the top of the seventh inning, runners at the corners, 14-2, Bees in the lead. Travis McGregor, the new pitcher on for the Salt Lake Bees here tonight. For McGregor, 0-1 on the season at 3.78 ERA. His 10th appearance, 16 2/3 innings. 13 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He's given up a couple of homers, walked 9, struck out 15, opponents hitting .217 against Travis McGregor. The righty comes in, taking over for Yovan. Can't close the books yet on Kenyon because he's responsible for the runners at the corners. RBI single for Luciano, RBI single for Wisely here so far in the 7th. 2 runs in the 7th. That's their total in the game. Brandon Martirano comes to the plate. Catcher tonight takes outside for ball 1. Runner at third, Luciano. The runner at first, Wisely. Here's McGregor, deals, and it's grounded right to the shortstop, Soto. He's got it. Short throw over to second. LeBlanc covering, and the inning comes to a close. But 2 runs score on a couple of hits, an error, 2 runners left on base. They're stretching here at Smith's Ballpark, brought to you by Shields. Bees lead 14-2 on the KSL Sports Zone.
Premium checking from America First Credit Union is so much more than a regular checking account. It's a saves you money, makes life easier, always has your back account. Because it's absolutely loaded with fantastic benefits and features. In fact, it comes stocked with so much awesome stuff. It was voted Best Perks by Money.com. So make sure you're rocking more than a checking account. Head to America First and apply for the exclusive protection, perks, and paybacks of premium checking today. Subject to membership, eligibility, and conditions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey there, Bees fans. You can now get $150 off pest control when you sign up with Aptiv. But don't wait. This offer won't last. Get award-winning service from the official pest control partner of the Salt Lake Bees. Call 855-579-0515 and mention this ad. Or visit goactive.com/beesradio to get $150 off. Sign up today. Terms and conditions apply.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West. Or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Salt Lake Bees all over Sacramento tonight, 14-2. Thanks so much for being with us this evening. And don't forget, the Salt Lake Bees have a matinee coming your way tomorrow against Sacramento, 12:05 first pitch. America First Credit Union can help you get your money working harder. If you're a fan of better service, lower fees, doing more with every dollar you earn, save, or spend, head to AmericaFirst.com and join the home team today. Here's Jack Lopez. What a busy night he has had. Jack Lopez has been all over the base paths tonight, 3 for 3. Now comes to the plate, bottom 7. Takes a first pitch strike. In on the money. The River Cats tonight had a tough time holding this offense of the Bees down as they exploded. Helvey, the new pitcher, on. And the next pitch fouled back 0-2. Clay Helvey, right-hander, 2-1 on the year, an ERA of .68 so far this season. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. He has given up nothing on the road so far this year. Lefties hitting .167 against him. Righties .192. Former 22nd round pick of the Giants in the 2018 draft. Called strike 3. And down looking is Jack Lopez. I'm going to bring up Elliot Soto. Soto tonight struck out twice. He was hit by a pitch and walked. That pitch where he was hit, his guard that covers kind of that mouth area came flying off. Clay Helvey with one down, nobody on, 14-2 Salt Lake. Record-setting night so far, or a record-matching night. 8 is the franchise record for the most runs batted in a game. Hunter Dozier has 8 tonight. 3-run homer, 2-run single, 3-run homer. Soto takes outside, 2-0. Bernardo Brito at the Phoenix Firebirds did it May 17th, 1994. The pitch. Soto takes upstairs. 94 on the fastball here so far. 3 balls and no strikes. The count. Scott Stahoviak did it at Colorado Springs May 30th, 1994. 3-0 pitch. Soto takes to the knees for a strike. A.J. Pierzynski against Calgary, August 10th, 2000. Rob Quinlan against Edmonton, May 12th, 2002. 3-1 misses ball 4, third time of the night. And Elliot Soto is aboard. Brings up Jason Martin. So Rob Quinlan against Edmonton, May 12, 2002. Sean Rodriguez, the last time it happened against Tacoma, July the 8th, 2008. Jason Martin brought in a couple with a double his last time up. Has Soto over there at first, 1 down, bottom 7, 14-2. Salt Lake in the lead. What a night for the Bees. Martin takes low, ball 1. Now this offense, who just had a tough time sometimes getting those big hits to get the merry-go-round going, and that was not a problem tonight. The big fly was definitely there, too. Soto the lead over there at first. Martin at the knees, called strike. So Hunter Dozier is likely, well, he's going to have 1 at-bat for sure remaining left in this game. And it's unlikely that he's going to get 2. Here's the 1-1. On the outside corner strike. The question is, what does it look like when he is at the plate? It'd be great to have somebody in scoring position here. As Jason Martin would like to help set that up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Soto the runner at first. The pitch. And it's bounced softly to the right side. The first baseman, BR, comes and gets it. Underhands to the pitcher covering. Nice work by Helvey to get over there. 2 down, and that brings Hunter Dozier to the plate. So Hunter Dozier has been phenomenal, to say the least, tonight. We say that when this offense is good, when he's good, this offense is good. Well, if he's going to drive in 8 a game, it's going to be all time. Dozier, 2 homers and a 2-run single tonight. Dozier fouls it right over by the first base on deck circle where Zach Humphreys was there. Dozier had some hard hit balls in that series against Oklahoma City that just didn't turn into knocks, but you can see him starting to hit the ball better. Tonight, he's hit it right on the button several times. No balls, 1 strike. Soto at second. The 0-1 popped up foul over the screen. It's 0-2. Hunter Dozier came into tonight with 15 runs batted in. He has more than half of that this evening. He's doubled his home run total. The 0-2 pitch. Lined it through the whole left side, a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Elliot Soto. He's going to come in to score. Dozier heading for second, head for slide, and he's going to be out. But it's a record-setting moment for Hunter Dozier. The most runs batted in a game in franchise history. That is 9. With an RBI single, the Bees lead it 15-2. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Bees up by a baker's dozen. Right here on the KSL Sports Zone.
Travel Pass makes it easy to plan and book a trip. Whether you're looking for a quick getaway or a dream vacation, you can get insider tips and advice on hundreds of destinations. Create a custom itinerary and book the hotels and experiences that turn your trip into a vacation to remember. Share the best parts of your adventures with friends, family, and other travelers. With Travel Pass, you'll always know where to stay, what to do, and where to eat, no matter where you're going. Travel Pass is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Visit TravelPass.com today.
Dear sports fans, elevate your game to the next level with a Toyota truck. Drive the crowd favorite Tacoma. This versatile playmaker is ready to own the weekend. Choose the tailgating MVP, the Toyota Tundra. This is one vehicle that comes up clutch. Or ride in the adventurous 4Runner, a true champion on and off the road. Whichever truck you choose, you're getting a real winner. Come join the team of champions, trucks. Visit Toyota.com to learn more or check out your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places.
Not sure what to do after a wreck with a truck? Call Siegfried and Jensen. Here's a fact. Trucks aren't just 18-wheelers. They come in all shapes and sizes. Construction and utility vehicles, tankers, box trucks, flatbeds, and other company vehicles are all trucks. Don't let trucking companies and their insurance carriers intimidate you. If you've been injured in a wreck with a truck, get the facts and the help you need. Call Siegfried and Jensen.
Go to the top of the 8th inning. The number 9 hitter, Donovan Walton, will lead things off against Travis McGregor. It's Luis Matos following him with Elliot Ramos. The Bees, with their best offensive night of the year, Dozier with 2 homers, a 2-run single, and an RBI single. 4 hits for him, 9 runs batted in. It's the most ever by a Bees player in franchise history. That goes all the way back also with the Stingers and the Buds. Record-setting night for him. Here's Donovan Walton. The 1-0. And it's going to be lined towards second. A sliding catch, LeBlanc. Donovan Walton had a catch similar to that earlier tonight. The Bees return the favor, and it's LeBlanc playing the exact same position. So turnabout is fair play. That now brings up Luis Matos. Well, good job by LeBlanc at second base. It was a great read. Jumped right towards it, made a nice grab. Here's Luis Matos, a slow tapper up the third base side foul. Matos 0 for 4. Popped up twice. Well, the infield flied out to right and has struck out. You saw the look at Dozier there. Just what a night. That has to feel so good for him. The 0-1. And it's grounded sharply towards short and through into center field. A base hit. So 1-out single for Luis Matos. That brings up Elliot Ramos. But Hunter Dozier, this is a guy that is in the meat of that order every single night. A veteran ball player who's played so many years, so many games at the major league level. Most of that with Kansas City, and he is loved in Kansas City as well. Pitch down, especially with his great work in the community there. But when you see a guy that is going through some of the struggles that he was going through offensively, you watch them work day to day. Here's the 1-0. Ramos fouls it to the screen. He was the same guy every day. Same work, same focus, same confidence. It's easy to say. It's another thing to actually be able to do it. And there's some great veteran leadership on this team. Elliot Soto, who I talked about earlier. But Hunter Dozier belongs in that category as well. Next pitch in there for strike 1 and 2. And sometimes that leadership is just simply the way you go about your business when things are not going exceptionally well. The 1-2. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Bees had a stretch there against Las Vegas to start that series on the road last month. 2-2. And that's low. It was a quick first 3 games where their offense just was on fire. And a lot of that was coming from the fact that Dozier was playing really well. 3-2. Lined out towards center field, now trickling into right center field, a base hit. Teodosio to cut it off, but taking the turn at second and heading over to third is going to be Luis Matos. They're at the corners with 1 down here in the top of the 8th. But when Dozier was great, this offense was great. It's a great piece of hitting there by Ramos as that thing drifted over into right center. Teodosio was there to get it. Casey Schmidt, right-hand batter up. He's reached base 3 times tonight. Schmidt fouls it off the screen. Walked twice, singled once, popped up to second in the 7th. But Dozier just right back to work each and every single time. But at the back half of that series against Vegas, they lost the next 3. Here's the 0-1. Fouled over the screen and into the suites. Now, tonight was obvious with him having 9 runs batted in, setting a record the most in franchise history in a game. But what is eye-opening is even in a game where he may have like a 2-run single somewhere, or just an RBI single, or just a decent offensive day, the 0-2, down and away. Suddenly the offense seems to put together big innings. They had a 6-run 9th inning to come from behind once and win. After trailing 7-2, he was a part of that, even though it was Teodosi who had the walk-off hit. And then they had 6 runs in the first inning the next day. He was a part of that once again. The 1-2. Fouled off the screen. So he doesn't have to be the face of it like he is tonight for it to be the case. It's just the way it is with him when he is good. The type of ripple effect that it has on the rest of the lineup is just eye-opening. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and out. 15-2 Bees. Pitch to Schmidt. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 10th strikeout of the night for Bees pitching. It'll bring up David Villar. The last time a player in the Pacific Coast League had 9 runs batted in, it was Luke Raley, who was with Oklahoma City at El Paso, May the 30th of 21. David Villar, 2 on, 2 out. Villar takes outside ball 1. Great work tonight by the entire communication staff of the Bees. They have been busy this evening with some of the offensive numbers that have been put up. Craig Williams and company doing a great job as always. 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. There's a great poise that exists with this group, too. Tough losses, close games, frustrating offensive nights. Go down into the clubhouse area. 2-0. It's a good even keel feel. One bouncer goes back to the pitcher, McGregor. He'll underhand to first, and the inning is over. So no runs, a couple of hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We go now to the bottom of the 8th. 15-2 Salt Lake on the KSL Sports Zone.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders, all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, your choice of dipping sauce, and an ice-cold beverage. At Hardee's, dinner's ready when you are with new hand-breaded chicken platters. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its Skin Comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
Well, in the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be the second baseman, Donovan Walton, coming on to pitch for the Sacramento River Cats. Walton, who comes in from second base after it has been a tough night for the River Cats. Bees lead over Sacramento by the score of 15-2. The Bees have exploded offensively tonight. Been amazing, as it's been a 9 RBI night for Hunter Dozier this evening. Just a phenomenal performance overall as a Bees team that has been working so hard to garner more and more offense. They've done a ton with being aggressive on the base paths at times, taking an extra base on a sacrifice fly. They have laid down bunts like they did tonight, being able to get guys on, get them over, and get them in, and then overall drive them in with home runs. Zach Humphreys, who walked and scored in the third, is up to bat. He's 0 for 3 on the night. There's the 1-0. Whistles in there at 66. 2 balls and no strikes. Obviously, Sacramento just trying to get out of here without using any more of their bullpen. Humphreys pops it up right side of the infield. The first baseman VR coming in and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Bryce Teodosio. Teodosio tonight grounded into a double play, popped up, and that also struck out. He walked back in the third inning. Teodosio lines one out towards right field. Coming on is Matos. He'll have to play it on a bounce. First hit of the night for Bryce Teodosio. Teodosio aboard here with 1 down. Well, a 9 RBI night for Hunter Dozier. A 6 RBI night for Kevin Pillar of the Angels. And the Angels win today 9-0 against Pittsburgh. Charles LeBlanc, he homered back in the 5th. Charles lines it out to left field, a base hit. Stopping at second base is going to be Teodosio. Back-to-back knocks for the Bees here. And runners at first and second with 1 down. Bring up Chad Wallach. So Wisely moves from center field to second base. Diaz, the DH, is now the right fielder. Pitches inside here to Chad Wallach. As the defensive changes that are made here. Walton, the pitcher, pitches high. Walton hitting tonight 0 for 2, walked a couple of times and was stranded. Made a nice defensive play at second with a diving catch. Wallach taps it, a dribbler up the right side. The pitcher, now Walton, is going to get it and underhand to first. And we have 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it brings up Andy Blake. Believe it or not, Donovan Walton has a few other appearances this year. He's 2-0. This is his 3rd appearance. 4 innings, 3 hits. He's given up 1 run. Opponent's batting .250 against him. Better line than most position players out there. Pitches outside. 1-0. For Donovan Walton, his father, Rob, had been the pitching coach at Oklahoma State for 10 years. He was supposed to make his major league debut in 1988 for Baltimore, but a torn rotator cuff ruined those plans. He never pitched again. Well, Donovan Walton in 2022 was called upon to pitch in a game with the Giants. It was a very fitting moment for that family after what his father had experienced. Fly ball out towards right center field, drifting over is Wisely towards the gap, still going back in towards Triples Alley, makes the catch, shoulder bumps the wall, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left. Last call for the River Cats. They trail 15-2. The KSL Sports Zone.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. And Sunday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Going out of the 9th inning, the Salt Lake Bees with a commanding 15-2 lead over the Sacramento River Cats. Brian Shaw coming on for the Bees. All pitching changes brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. For each change, Mountain America donates $25 to the Huntsman Cancer Foundation's pediatric research. Brian Shaw on for the Bees. Salt Lake in control, 15-2. A sparse crowd tonight on Smith's Family Night, but this group has certainly enjoyed this performance. Shaw's 0-2 on the year, 4.26 ERA, 8th appearance, 6 1/3. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. Opponents batting .208 against him, 5 strikeouts and 5 walks so far on the year. It's Marco Luciano leading off the top of the 9th inning. What a night for the Bees. Luciano takes up and in. Offense, the story for Salt Lake, but do not forget how great this defense was at some key times and the pitching around some tough situations. It's the 1-0 from Shaw. Luciano takes at the knees for a strike. Earlier tonight, Kenny Rosenberg had 2 on with nobody out in the second. 2 on, 1 out in the third. 2 on. At some point, fly ball out to center field, now into Triples Alley, but not too deep. It's Teodosio with the catch in front of the track as the wall angles towards right field. 1 down. That brings up Brett Wisely. But then, in the 4th inning, a couple get aboard with 1 out. And each time, Rosenberg didn't just work out of it, he worked out of it beautifully. And so, high pitch count tonight. First pitch comes in, off the handle, fouled off to the other side, 0-1. But each time, Rosenberg just did a masterful job, even though it took a ton of pitches, to pitch 5 scoreless innings. And so, as I mentioned before, for him to be able to do it in different ways continues to make it such an encouraging thing. The 0-1 slap foul to the other side. So he can go 7 innings, give up 4 hits and a run. 7 innings, give up 4 hits, no runs. Or how about 5 innings, give up 3 hits, go over 100 pitches, 6 walks, and make sure they go 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The 0-2 to Wisely. Grounded sharply back through the middle, a base hit. For Wisely, his 3rd single of the night. You see his 3 for 5. It brings up Yusniel Diaz. Diaz struck out 3 times tonight and has walked once. These pitchers have struck out 10 River Cats. Sacramento pitching has struck out 9 Salt Lake hitters. Diaz, right-hand batter. Nobody guarding the bag at first. Pitch is low, 1-0. Yusniel Diaz, who was 1 for 11 in that series against Tacoma. Reached base back in the 4th inning with a base on balls, takes a strike. Time now for What's Next, brought to you by University of Utah Health. Proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. They're the trusted healthcare provider for the Bees family and for your family. Here's the 1-1. Inside, and it's missed by the catcher Wallach, but stays right there at home plate. Counts 2-1. Well, what's next is a 12:05 matinee tomorrow. Zach Plesac opposite Carson Seymour. Battle of right-handers. Join us tomorrow at noon for the 12:05 first pitch. It's going to be a great one. These two teams played such a great series to open up the year. This one got out of hand in a hurry. 15-2. Fouled back to the screen. 2-2 now. As the Bees started tonight 5 of the first 6 hitters struck out. And after that, not only did 5 of the first 6 strike out, the first 6 retired in order, and then after that, an absolute explosion. The best offensive night of the year. Season high 15 runs. Pitch. Foul to the screen. Season high 15 hits. And just continued to rack it up tonight. A franchise record-setting 9 runs driven in by Hunter Dozier. The most ever in a game in franchise history. Going back to the Buzz, the Stingers, and now the Bees. 2-2. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Wallach. And so tomorrow, the same 2 teams at 12:05, and then on Thursday, an 11:05 morning game. It'll be Kids Day. It's going to be loud around this place, and it's going to be exciting, too. An enthusiastic day at the ballpark. Here's the 3-2. Foul to the right side, and out of play. Well, the Bees, they were able to come through with a few doubles tonight, and that means you get to double the fun with your free double cheeseburger with any purchase only in the McDonald's app. It's valid one time the day following a Bees double through September 30th at participating McDonald's. You must opt into rewards. It excludes tax. It excludes delivery. Pitch misses away. Ball 4. Another walk by Bees pitchers tonight. We mentioned Rosenberg had 6 of them, worked around it really, really well. And tonight, for the Bees pitching staff, it goes now to Brandon Martirano. He takes for a ball. But for Bees pitching tonight, as Shaw is now out there, I believe that's the 11th of the night. 1-0. Fly ball, right side, foul, and out of play. Get you the official number on that, but a ton of walks in this game tonight. Or excuse me, 8. Maybe a 9th, as they're still updating the stat monitor. Pitch is going to be low, as it was 6 for Rosenberg, 2 for Yovan. 10 strikeouts on the evening for Bees pitching. But a ton of free passes. They worked around all of them and did it incredibly well. 2-1. Top of the zone, 2-2. Shaw, the right-hand pitcher. Martirano, the right-hand batter. Runners with their leads, first and second. 1 down. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 11 Ks for Bees pitchers here tonight. Sacramento down to their final out here tonight. I bring up Donovan Walton, who had to move to the pitcher spot to close it out tonight for the pitching staff of the Sacramento River Cats. Walton, left-hand batter, runners with their leads, 2 down. Walton takes outside. So fans came away with free chicken. They came away with a free double cheeseburger. They're going to come away with the best offensive performance of the year. They had it all tonight. The 1-0. Bounce to the right side. The first baseman, Blake, underhands to Shaw, covering, and that'll do it. 15-2, the final. A fabulous night, and the winner is Salt Lake. The lights flashing here this evening over the stadium, and the fans that remain here very appreciative of this Bees performance. The best offensive performance of the year, hands down. 15 runs, 15 hits, and an error. For Sacramento, 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error. A record-setting 9 runs batted in for Hunter Dozier. It sets a franchise mark, and the Salt Lake Bees get the win. By the final of 15-2, they improved to 12-21 on the season. For Sacramento, they dropped to 21-13. The 10th inning show is coming up next. 15-2, the final. The Bees get the win on the KSL.
If your first bet on Hard Rock Bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Download Hard Rock Bet now, Florida's only legal sportsbook. Win or get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Easy Cater presents We've Got Your Back. Up Singers.
Backing you up.
So I used to call the restaurant to order team lunches.
He called the restaurant.
They were super nice, but explaining everyone's dietary needs?
Who has time for that?
Then I found Easy Cater, vegan, gluten-free. Type in what you need and get tons of restaurants. Now ordering food for work is easy as pie.
And who doesn't love pie?
Easy Cater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 on easycater.com and know.
We got your back.
En Kay no hay amor como el de una madre. Este Día de las Madres, celébrala con un regalo tan hermoso y único como su amor. Selectas colecciones, relojes y otras exclusiones aplican. Visita kay.com/exclusions para detalles.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here at Smith's Ballpark, it was Smith's family night, and boy, was a fireworks display on for the Salt Lake Bees offense. 15 runs, 15 hits, and an error. The best offensive night of the year for Sacramento. 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error. What a great night also for Kenny Rosenberg. He picks up another victory. He's 4-2 on the year. 5 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, no runs, 6 walks. The Bees walked 9 hitters on the day, but struck out 11. As they were able to nail it down, especially with runners that were out there on base. Sacramento tonight, with runners in scoring position, they were 2 for 15. They left 16 runners out there on the base paths, and Kenny Rosenberg was fabulous in that area, as Sacramento was 0 for 7 while he was out there on the bump. So far on the year, opponents with runners in scoring position against Kenny Rosenberg, 2 for 36, as he continues to be red hot with his pitching tonight, going with those 5 complete innings. Howard takes the loss, 2 1/3, and the first 2 innings complete. He retired the Bees 6 up, 6 down, 5 strikeouts during all of that, and then all of a sudden the crooked innings ended up going up on the board left and right. The Bees ended up with 6 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 6 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th on their way to a 15-2 win. Hunter Dozier sets a record, a franchise mark for the most runs batted in a game, which was a total of 9. We had yet to see 8 runs batted in for a member of the team since 2008. It was Sean Rodriguez a very long time ago. But Dozier, who ended up with 2 3-run homers, a 2-run single, and an RBI single, 4 for 5 on the night, 9 runs batted in, scored twice himself. Just a fabulous performance for him. Martin, 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in on the day. Elliott Soto reached base 3 different times. He was 0 for 2 but scored 3 times. Played some great defense on top of that as well. 3 for 5 for Charles LeBlanc, as he ended up with a solo shot home run to lead off the 5th inning, his 2nd home run of the season. And LeBlanc ended up with 2 runs batted in on the evening. 3 for 4 game for Jack Lopez. He played it 3 times. Andy Blake, 2 for 5, scored twice. Just a phenomenal evening all the way around for the Salt Lake Bees. They go on to win by the final of 15-2. When we come back, we'll have the scoring highlights from this game. We'll also take our last look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll preview Game 2 of this series. It's all right here during the 10th inning show, and it's brought to you by Safe Light. Safe Light, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. This is Bees Baseball on the KSL.
It's May, and that means it's Founders Month here at Sonny's Barbecue. Every Wednesday, we're celebrating with $6 pork big deals, served with a sidekick and a drink, or one of our pork and rib combos for just $10. It's just our way of saying thank you for letting us be your local pitmasters. So stop on in for great deals on the Q you crave. Founders Month specials at Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders, all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, your choice of dipping sauce, and an ice-cold beverage. At Hardee's, dinner's ready when you are with new hand-breaded chicken platters. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its skin comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
Welcome on back to the 10th inning where the Salt Lake Bees had their first game against Sacramento of this series. Salt Lake came in after the road trip going 4 for 7. Offense was a challenge for them. They went without a home run in that series against Oklahoma City. Well, the offense started with 5 of the first hitters striking out, 3 up, 3 down in the first and the second. In the third inning, Chad Wallach started it off with a leadoff walk. Andy Blake, an infield single. That was followed by Jack Lopez coming to the plate, and he laid down a bunt as well. Here's the pitch. Lopez drops it down up the third base line. Here comes Howard, bare hand throw, wide to first, it gets by. Coming around to score is going to be Wallach. Blake's right behind him, he's headed for home. Here comes the throw to the plate on a bounce, catch like tag, save. 2 runs in, Lopez is over to third. It'll be E1. Bees lead 2-0. So the Bees up 2-0. Great to see them land that first pitch any way whatsoever. They started with some small ball, and it paid off. Elliot Soto struck out. Jason Martin followed with a walk. Hunter Dozier came to the plate, and I've said it many times, when he is great, this offense is electric, and he was able to break through big time in the third. The pitch. Fly ball drifting out right field down towards that short porch, and it's off the foul pole. It's a home run. 3-run shot, Hunter Dozier to the shortest part of the ballpark, and he clears the bases. Hunter Dozier, his 3rd home run of the season. Bees lead 5-0. Yeah, Hunter Dozier with that slicing line drive that just kept tailing right over there towards that right field corner. The 315 mark had hit the very bottom of the foul pole. It was no doubt a 315-foot home run. The Bees get themselves out to a 5-0 lead. Zach Humphreys then walked. Teodosio followed the same. Charles LeBlanc came to the plate. 1-0, and that's laced out into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Humphreys rounding third, coming home. The throw goes into third. It's an RBI single. Charles LeBlanc. The Bees with a 6-pack here in the third. They're up 6-0. So a 6-0 ball game. On the other side, Kenny Rosenberg comes in, and he ends up drawing through a great game overall, 5 total innings, but ended up issuing 6 walks on the evening. Had a lot of traffic, got on the base paths, but was able to work through it. First and second, nobody out in the second, no problem. First and second, 1 out in the third, got out of it. And for the Salt Lake Bees in the fourth, having a 6-0 lead, it was Chad Wallach who popped up in that inning. It was a situation where Andy Blake grounded out to first base to start the inning. Jack Lopez doubled. Elliot Soto hit by a pitch. Then Jason Martin singled. That was followed by Hunter Dozier back to the plate. Dozier lines it out to center field. Wisely coming on, and he has to play it on a bounce. Scoring is Lopez. Rounding third, coming home, Soto. Throw to the plate. Head first slide. Save. 2-run single, Hunter Dozier. Bees lead 8-0. An 8-0 lead there in the fourth. And the fifth inning, Charles LeBlanc led it off with a solo home run to make it 9-0 for Charles, his second of the year. Wallach skied out to center field. Andy Blake would single. That was followed by a double from Jack Lopez. Then Elliot Soto walked. Jason Martin to the dish. The 3-1. Fly ball center field. Drifting back wisely. Still going back. At the track. Looks up. And one hops the wall. In to score third is Blake. Lopez right behind him. Putting the brakes at third is Elliott Soto. It's a 2-run double for Jason Martin. Bees lead 11-0. So 11-0. When the Bees have been able to, get some runs out there on the board, they really want to make it hurt time and time again to put up bigger, crooked innings. Hunter Dozier was all about that and more. Dozier again. What a night he's had. And Dozier scalds one high. Deep left field. Ramos back, and it's gone. 14-0. Second home run of the game for Hunter Dozier. The Bees offense has exploded to life here in the 801. So a lot of fun for the fans out here tonight. It was a 14-0 lead. A couple of runs plated in the seventh for the Sacramento Rivercats made it 14-2. It has been since 2008 that a member of the organization had 8 runs batted in a game. That was the franchise mark. So the big question was Hunter Dozier going to get another shot? Bottom of the seventh, Jack Lopez leads it off with a strikeout. Elliott Soto aboard for the third time of the game with a base on balls. Jason Martin grounded out to first base. Runner at second, 2 down. Hunter Dozier a chance to set the record. The 0-2 pitch. Lined through the whole left side, a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Elliott Soto. He's going to come in to score. Dozier heading for second, head for slide, and he's going to be out. But it's a record-setting moment for Hunter Dozier, the most runs batted in a game in franchise history. That is 9. With an RBI single, the Bees lead it 15-2. And that closed the inning, and it would slam the door shut as well on any chance that Sacramento may have had of coming back. Final score again tonight, 15-2. The Bees get the win, the most runs in the season, the most hits in a season. 2 runs, 8 hits, an error for Sacramento. 15 runs, 15 hits, and an error for the Bees. When we come back, we'll take our last look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll also preview Game 2 of the series, 12:05 first pitch tomorrow, and it's all right here on the KSL Sports.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders, all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. Served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, your choice of dipping sauce, and an ice-cold beverage. At Hardee's, dinner's ready when you are with new hand-breaded chicken platters. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its skin comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
You've worked hard for what you have. Your money, your assets, your 401k, and home. Isn't it all worth protecting? Nearly 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity theft. LifeLock Ultimate Plus helps protect your finances with up to $3 million in reimbursement. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you might miss. And if your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Let LifeLock help protect what you've worked so hard for. Save 25% off your first year on LifeLock Ultimate Plus at LifeLock.com/aware. Terms apply.
Salt Lake Bees with their best win of the year in terms of how dominant it was. 15-2 the final score. The Angels had a very similar performance today. 9-0. They exploded against the Pirates. Kevin Pillar had 2 home runs on the day, 6 runs batted in for him. Both the Bees and the Angels with 15 hits today. Angels beat the Pirates 9-0. Yankees dominated the Astros 10-3. It was the Braves doubling up the Red Sox 4-2. Brewers nipped the Royals. They come from behind to win 6-5. Cubs get by the Padres 3-2. It was the Mariners getting by Minnesota 10-6. Mets defeat the Cardinals 7-5. Giants blank the Rockies 5-0. Rangers took care of the A's 15-8. A 10-run second inning helped them out in that one. 11-7. The Tigers defeat the Guardians 6-2. Diamondbacks win over the Reds. Phillies hammer the Blue Jays 10-1. Nationals shut out the Orioles 3-0. Rays defeat the White Sox 5-1. One game in action, Marlins at the Dodgers, with Los Angeles holding an 8-2 lead. It's a great win for the Bees tonight by the final score of 15-2. The other scores that took place in the Pacific Coast League today, as the Bees will have that day game coming your way tomorrow, a 12:05 first pitch. We'll get to some of the Pacific Coast League scores here in just a moment, but don't forget tomorrow, a 12:05 matinee will be on the air coming your way at noon. It'll be a lot of fun here at the ballpark, and then also on Thursday, we have the Kids' Day at 11:05. That will be coming your way on Thursday. As for tomorrow, Zach Plesac against Carson Seymour. Final scores today in the PCL. It was Round Rock defeating Las Vegas 6-4. Same score, Reno got by Tacoma. A final and extra inning, Sugar Land, and a dramatic one against Oklahoma City wins 3-2. El Paso put up 15 runs, just like the Bees today. They beat Albuquerque 15-5, and the Salt Lake Bees beat Sacramento 15-2. My thanks to Jason, doing a great job back in the studio. Our thanks to you for listening. We'll talk to you coming up tomorrow. As for tonight, in front of 3,718 fans, and in 2 hours and 55 minutes, it was the Bees 15 and the River Cats 2. This has been a presentation of Salt Lake Bees baseball on the KSL Sports Zone.
You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees baseball. For a schedule of all the upcoming games and to buy tickets, go to slbees.com. This is 97.5. 97.5. The KSL Sports Zone.